Assalamu alaikum, lads.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. How are you?
Are you going to see me?
Yes. Yeah, I can see it.
No, only one. No, I had to add you guys from my mobile
Yeah, I hear that.
because I had to WhatsApp you guys the link and I couldn't do it from the phone. So yeah, we're back live. Doc, if you can take over for 5 minutes and I will try to.
Yeah, of course.
The social media side. No, I'll be back.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, it happens. What can you say?
Was that the first ball that went for a boundary after tee? It was, wasn't it?
Yep, it was.
Salam,
Twin played
how are
3
you?
for 7.
You right? Shazad, you right? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Islam, I'm just trying to upload my stream on Sky.
Oh, I see. No worries.
It's...
So yes, we are 2:33 for 7.
What are they doing in there?
Shenanigans going on in the commentary box, which I have no idea what's happening.
It's not a quality, is it?
No, it'll be some stupid advertisement probably. I don't know if Imi's mentioned anything, but for anyone who did send comments in and stuff that we didn't get around to talking about, sorry, and we'll either get to some of them in a bit or we can do them tomorrow probably. So yeah, apologies for that.
Technical difficulties,
it happens. We'll just...
Yours is off the mark after 11 balls.
Fahim is doing really well. I think he's really improved his batting.
Yep, we were talking about before how comfortable he looks. The shots he played as well, they were proper cricket shots. You know what I mean? Like cover drives, pulling them properly, sweeping the ball. So he's played really well so far.
It's not a weak attack. Like South Africa is regarded as a really strong team. And playing against them, making all these runs, I think he's just probably making his place permanent. Like when he joined the team, there was a lot of comments that whether he'll be staying in the team, will he perform? I think after these two performances with the bat, also with the bowling as well, his economy rate is really, really good. Like it's about 1 point or 2 point something.
Yeah, we were discussing earlier, like we needed that type of player, the all-rounder, seaming all-rounder. And he's looking like the guy, and hopefully he can keep up this form and keep going. His average is just past 40 in Test cricket, which is good. Oh, Yasser!
Oh, it's okay.
That was a weird type of shot.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what actually happened there. I came in and Cal went out. I still had not even come in. And I don't know if it was my end because I didn't press anything, or it's Cal's end, but somehow the stream just ended.
Yeah, one of those things, man. It's gonna happen.
So interesting that I reckon they've had kind of a couple of covers or short covers all day, haven't they, South Africa?
Imi, what do you reckon then so far? I was
to be honest, I didn't watch much of it. I only watched maybe the last 20 minutes of that session, and it wasn't great. When I woke up and saw the score, it seems like we lost the 2 set batsmen quite early.
Yep.
And it's one of them, isn't it? I did say, I think I said it in the group last night, that it's a bit of a bugger because, we've got 2 set batsmen. And it's like they're coming up for a brand new innings because it's a massive break. It's a massive break from not just an overnight break, but they had another session missing as well. So just where they were set and they might have batted out the whole session yesterday and had us up for 250 for 3, or maybe 250 for 4. All of a sudden we're 221 for 7 the following lunch. So It's one of them. These things happen.
I think Fahim has attacked when he should attack, and he's defended when he kind of should defend as well. He's really paced his innings well.
Yeah, 100%. Like he's picked the right shots. He hasn't like slogged the ball. You know what I mean? He's picked the right shots.
He's Fahim is what you call it, one of them lads that he's a bit of a fighter. He seems to be very underrated, but he has really improved his game. He has really improved his game. He looks so much more technically sound, and the other thing about him is maybe we were, or even the board and everyone else, the management, everyone had him playing the wrong formats. Everyone thought he was a T20 batsman who could finish, where in reality he's a red ball cricketer who can play the all-rounders role. So maybe everyone had him. Everyone keeps talking about that Bangladesh innings in a warm-up. Maybe that wasn't him. That's not his. That's not his sort of character. He's more of a proper batsman. But
that's what Mickey wanted him to be, really, wasn't it? I think Mickey wanted him in the Test team, kind of as a proper all-rounder. But the thing is, I mean, I think he has got the game to tee off. So just Umar's comment there about it's good to see Umar being constructive after his performance during the lunch break. He may well be able to kind of tee off here. I don't think he needs to just yet. I think when he's got Shaheen and Norman with him, then I think probably that is the time to tee off. But I think for now he can probably bat normally because he's got an okay batsman at the other end. I don't know about you or what anyone else thinks.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think he needs to just bat sensibly at the moment. Even Norman can bat. I mean, we saw it in the last game. And no one could hold a bat. So just bat sensibly. I mean, if the ball's there to be hit, go for it, but don't go mindless. And the more we see, eat out the game. Every over, every minute we eat out the game means that South Africa have to bat later in this on this match, bat later on this pitch on day 4 or day 5 in the 4th innings. It just makes sense just to keep going.
Your batting innings stats are actually not that bad, to be fair. I know it's at the average of 17, but 750 to 100, them 50s will be very handy today if you can get to it somehow.
Yeah, definitely. Shazad, did you catch the morning session, Shazad? Or?
To be honest, when I woke up, I just thought Fawad will be at century. Will be making huge runs, but yeah, they both were gone. They went quite early in the session, isn't it? When it started.
Yeah, we lost 4 for 2 this morning, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate because the position we were at in the beginning yesterday and how we belonged and survived, we could have done better. Like especially that Fawad's run out, it wasn't really required for him to go for these quick singles. Yeah, it was probably just an instinct, but in a test match where you're already like 4 wickets down, you got to be a little bit more careful with that. But on the other hand, Fawad actually played really well. Like just buying all the odds, he's still scoring runs, which is good to see. And
I was just frustrated because I thought he did all the hard work. Like he'd got to 40 off 150. The ball was old at that point, so you'd think that was the time that he'd kind of serenely progress on, but yeah, as you say, he probably was a bit of a misjudged single, wasn't it? It kind of went straight to Bavuma, who picked it up and threw the stump down really well.
Nothing more frustrating than seeing a run out in a test match. I hate it.
Yeah,
I literally hate it because there's no need for you to be taking a single where it's where you've got a chance of getting run out.
What? Oh. Unless if it happens to us when you get the run out.
Didn't they give us 2 run-outs in the last game? There was the one on the first morning, and Bavuma himself got run out as well. Actually, on the first day there were 2 run-outs.
Yeah, we got 2. It feels good when you do it yourself, but
that's when everyone went crazy.
Player gets run out.
Yeah, It never happens for us. That's all.
Fahim's stats. His batting average in all of the formats, it's not anywhere near what he's doing in the tests.
Wow. I'm just looking at one minute. I'm just looking at one of the stats. He's middle 88% of his balls. He's beaten 7%. He only left 1%. That is quite incredible. Yet the amount of percentage of like balls he's middle, that is very impressive.
It's massive improvement. Like in his he was inducted as a T20 all-rounder, and he's got average of 11 in T20s, 13 in international. He's played 16 and first class 30. He's got a 950. He's doing better. He's playing as a proper batsman.
And you do see that with some players in international cricket. I mean, I mentioned them a few times, but kind of like the likes of Vaughan and Trescothick, they weren't averaging that highly in domestic cricket. But sometimes you see something in a player that, and that's what talent identification is all about. You see something in a player that, although it may not be necessarily getting them domestic runs and domestic stats, you see something that makes you think, actually, you know what, they'll be able to succeed at international level. As a commenter from a deal about the wrestling, I'm sorry we didn't get to some of that stuff during the lunch hour deal, but well aware of Sting, obviously being in WWE and WCW back in the day, I'm not quite sure what he's doing in AEW at the moment, so I might have to read up on that one. If I get a moment, I'll read up on it, and maybe we'll chat about that one tomorrow.
That should be a 4. That's a great shot.
Good shot for him.
243 now, I think.
243 for 7.
250 is almost there.
Yes,
that's the first mark.
That was our minimum.
I've never seen him bat so good before, for him. Like, the way he's batted today has been so good.
Shazad, do you want to take that comment about quick singles and run-outs?
Sorry, I missed the comment. What was the comment?
It's just on the screen there. I mean, to be fair, I'm not sure you were complaining. I will say that, but yeah, I know what the comment means.
I think it was the situation basically. If we have a lot of wickets in their hand, probably you can take the risk. But obviously, as I say, it's more instinct. Like being a Pakistani fan, obviously I will be sad, not complaining. But yeah, I wish he hadn't taken that single and was still here at the crease making a century. This is all what we wish for. But yeah, if it was that single wasn't required at that stage, I would just say.
I think it's one of those where, and we're probably guilty as all of us are guilty as fans all the time, aren't we? When it comes off, we say brilliant, and then when it doesn't come off, we say, why did he do that? And like the Barber shot this morning. Second ball of the day, wide ball. If Barber flashes at that and nails it for 4, we are all sitting here saying, what a player, what a shot. We're putting the pressure on South Africa. Second ball, we're not letting the rubbish go, and we're nailing these for 4. As it happened, he obviously edged it straight to du Plessis, and so you've just got to be careful that we can't have it both ways, and sometimes it is just execution. And in principle, I think we would all want Fawad to be taking quick singles. He just didn't execute that one as well as he probably should have, and now he's out, which is a shame.
Yeah, I mean, retreat the strike, executing singles as well.
Oh, what a shot, Yasser!
What a shot from Yasser Shah! He just clipped it onto the leg side.
But what I was trying to point out was just, not taking them singles. There's no in a test match. There's no need to take them singles where you've got a 50-50 chance of getting down to the other end. If you know you're going to make it, all means it. But you've got so much time in your hand.
I think you know what it is. Yeah, at that stage, I don't know if you're watching. There were a lot of shots that went straight to the fielders. And I think they were getting frustrated at the point to put on runs. And I think there was a stat before that run out. I think it was where I think they played 5 overs and only conceded 1 run. I think they were getting frustrated a bit, especially just one. If you see his wicket, you'd know what happened regarding his wicket. But I think they were just getting a bit frustrated and they never showed enough patience and they just went for the quick single. And like you said, Doc, if they went for the quick single and they missed the stones, we would be here saying, that's a good single, but unfortunately hit the wicket. It was a good throw by Perfumer, to be fair.
How with what's he called? Rizwan, because he's quite a busy cricketer, isn't he? So that can happen with Rizwan because he's a typical wicket keeper. Trying to be active, trying to be chirpy, trying to move on with the game. It's just a wicketkeeper nature, I think. You don't see a wicketkeeper that is defensive in mindset. So yeah, I could see what you're trying to say. If there was a few overs of overs where runs weren't getting made, this one is not someone who's going to stand there and just let it happen.
You know what it was? Yeah,
Safaz was saying, wasn't he? And if you go back into our other keepers, even like going back into the 90s, Moeen and Rashid, there've always been cricketers who are looking to just get things moving along.
100%. Like, you don't understand how many balls Duck was watching at the time that he hit sweetly and they went straight to the fielder. Like, there were so many instances. And then he had a little, well, not spat, but like, Nokia was bowling to him and they were kind of talking to each other. I think you could tell he was frustrated with the way he never normally sees his one, just speaking to the bowler or showing a bit of aggression. But it wasn't aggression, but it was still something. And then obviously, I think a couple of overs later, I think it was over later. He just stoppaged it.
It was pretty close after. And to be fair play to South Africa. They frustrated him with the field. Then they kind of not got in his head, but they got him engaged in a bit of chirp. And then they bowl in the bounce when he gets out, caught fine leg. I mean, that's what's your pad there, Yas? They're just planting that pad. And then they got him.
I must go. So I'm probably about 10 seconds behind you guys.
Okay, no worries. What do we think about this then? So they've got Rabada and Norkia who've just had an hour break. Why is Mulder bowling?
No idea, to be fair. I thought who's bowling on the other end? Is it Rabada?
It's Maharaj, is it not?
I think it is Maharaj. This guy's helmet on, Dickok.
I mean, it would be like us. That'd be like us, getting 4 wickets in a session, having a good session, 20 overs into a new ball, and we come back here and give Fahim a shift the ball and say, we're not giving it to Shaheen or Hassan, or even the 2 spinners. It
just doesn't make sense. And like you say, I don't mind it. I think it probably makes our life a bit easier as a batting team. But I'd be a bit annoyed if after a 1 hour lunch we opened with Mulder, unless there's a specific. I can't think of a specific reason for it. This ball's only 20 overs old. You've got Pakistan 7 down. Now's the time to attack, surely, after a break.
Absolutely.
So what we 247 for 7.
248 now. Just got a single there.
Yeah.
So have you guys given your predictions?
No, we can do that. Got what for the end of the session? To 9:30 is the session, I think, isn't it?
10:30.
Sorry, 10:30. You'd think after I was banging on about session time this morning, you think I'd have got that right. We'll put them up again. Here we go. So till 10:30. What's the score going to be? Go on then, Shazad, you go first.
Not 10:30, like after the innings of Pakistan when they're over.
Oh, I see. Sorry, my apologies.
I really want, I'll be really happy if we reach around 300. I think we were going to be happy with 250, but I think 300 will be an absolute good score.
Well, we just got 250 now, which is good.
Yeah, well done, lads.
Yeah, I think you're right. When the day started, I wanted around 300. I know some people said
200.
300.
300.
Not 200. At the start of the day, I was thinking 300, and then obviously a few wickets I fell. And right now, it's still possible. It's not like 300 is impossible to get from here. But then again, it's only 3 wickets left, and if you say someone gets out right now, only 2 wickets to go, and we can just get off like 260, 270. So I think what Fahim doing right now is good. He's not really going for it. He's trusting Yasser with the bat as well. If another wicket falls, maybe he will, tee off a bit and try get us closer to 300. But right now they going all right and just keep, getting the odd boundary now and then.
So that's all very good, Shazeb, and I agree with lots of that. What's your prediction? Come on, man, you got to put your colours
Alright.
to the mask.
I'm saying 294. That's my prediction.
I would have said something like that, but I'm just looking at the way South Africa have come out after lunch and the way that we've come out, where I think we've put on about 20 runs in about 20 minutes, which is not bad at all. And they've got Mulder and Maharaj. Let me just see, is it Mulder coming on at the other end again? Let's have a look.
Probably is.
Probably will be.
Yeah.
I just feel like, it is. So I just feel like the momentum's kind of slightly gone our way. So I'm going to be confident and I'm going to say 326.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. But yeah, like you said, Yasser, handy with the bat. Numan looked a bit promising as well, where he could stick around for a bit. So it's possible, it's possible, but 3 wickets, let's see where it can go. But my prediction stays at 294.
Amy, what do you reckon?
At the start of the day, I was looking at around 350.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought we were well settled and we were going to take it on.
Leg side, surely. Leg side.
Possibly some bats as well. There's a shout against Fahim. Probably going down leg side, you're right.
Yeah.
They're not going
to For now, I'm just hoping before this inning finishes, my Sky Go starts working. It keeps buffering.
Oh, that's annoying. Let's have a look then.
Yeah, leg side.
Yeah, probably missing.
But yeah, right now, I'll take anything above 300. Anything. Yeah, I think that's going down. Have they reviewed it?
No, they haven't. So that's Mulder to Yasser now, 251 for 7. So yeah, like you say, we're above the 250. We've got Mulder's bowling mid-70s. Not looking. I know this was a shout, but it wasn't really because it was missing the stumps. It was a ball.
What I do like is that we haven't come into this session just looking to that time.
No.
That is important as well when we're seeing out some of the time in the game. But where we are with our tail, it's important to get some runs.
Has he caught that?
Caught and bowled.
Come on, Yasser. Straight back at him, man.
He kind of drove it, I don't know, slightly on the up, but it was a really good catch low down by Mulder.
Yasser's better than that. We've seen so many team dismissals lately. He's better than that.
Having just said that I feel confident and that he's not looking threatening at 70 miles an hour, I guess if you give him a call and bowl, he'll get you out, won't he?
Yeah, some of the dismissals, man, today are just not gifts, but like just not good shots, man.
So here's the thing. So obviously we were talking about Hassan and that how he's got the ability to hit big, but he needs to play sensibly, and he ends up getting 8 off 29. And we talk about Yasser, who also has the ability to hit big, and he ends up getting 8 off 27. Is it not worth them coming in and just swinging for a bit then?
Exactly that.
They're not going to last very long now. No one can hold the bat, but they're not going to last very long. So yes, it's best to. Don't go completely berserk, but let's try to play our shots now.
So does Fahim go for it now, yeah?
I think Fahim should, yeah.
Oh, just want to see Numan stats in first class to give me.
Yeah,
what they will do now, though,
it's got 1050s.
They're going to allow Fahim to get a single.
So Numan got an average of 21 in first class, 1050s.
How many matches played?
He's played about 80 matches.
Not bad. That's decent enough. For number 10 anyway.
What they will do, though,
Currently
South Africa,
24 in Test cricket.
what they will do is spread the field to Raheem. They're going to say to him, you can take the singles, but we're not going to give you these boundaries.
See, I mentioned it earlier. I don't like it when teams do that. As a bowling team, I feel like you can get, it's Fahim Ashraf. With respect, it's Fahim Ashraf you're trying to get out. It's not an absolute top order player who's in the form of his, well, he's in good form, but in the form of his life who you can, oh my God, we've tried everything and he's on 150 and we're never going to get him out. I still think you should be trying to get both batsmen out.
I've seen you're talking about Fahim Ashraf. I've seen tailenders batting, and the tailenders like 30 odd not out, and they spread the field to that tailender and say, right, you know what? Yeah, we want the other one to strike. You're like, seriously? Have you given up? It happens. Just look at the dismissal again. He's better than that. And I think since that 100 that he scored in Australia, I think his batting's actually regressed. I think he probably thinks of himself more as a batsman than he really is.
There you go, Ahmed. It wasn't the commentators that mentioned it. It was Imi that mentioned it. There should be a prize every day, some kind of booby prize for the person who mentions that first. You fell right into the trap.
So yeah, that's that.
I want to see what the field is right now for Fahim. The spinner, or can't really tell.
Okay, my strike is like 2 balls behind.
At some point this session, I'll be back on live TV. I'm just waiting for my bedroom to be vacated. It's been hijacked at the moment. It's been hijacked.
Amy, you also watching on Sky Go, is it?
I am, yeah. I'm in the spare bedroom because I didn't want to move the TV again.
Is it a bit behind in balls, or
no? Because Sky Go is a funny one. I've realised that if you've got Sky Plus or you're outside, you're behind by a couple of balls. Yeah. If you're inside the house and you've got Sky Q, you're literally working about 5 seconds behind the live. You're virtually on the same level because you're connected to your Skybox rather than the anything else. So I'm pretty much live. So it's just annoying that I'm on a little screen like that when I could be watching in a big TV.
Guys, give me a second. I'll just relocate to my lounge. I think this is 2 balls behind, not good enough. I'll just switch off the video.
No worries. So Fahim's got a single there off the 4th ball of the over. Are we okay with Noman facing 2 from Maharaj? I think we probably are, right?
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, he's taking a single. That was a Fahim one. It actually spun, didn't it?
Yeah. There was a bit of turnout there, a bit more than there was before. Maharaj got one. The one that got Hassan Ali out turned a little bit as well. No, that's outside the line. There's a big appeal, but it's
spinning. Is it?
It is turning. Right. It is turning. End of the over. 252 for 8. 104 overs. So we are really going at 2.5 and over, just under 2.5 and over.
Habibi's saying out. I don't know why he's saying out.
Yeah, he got me scared as well.
That was. That seems to be all he's saying at the moment. But I think one of them referred to the previous dismissal, and maybe that was the LBW. It looked outside the line though, didn't it? I think that's okay.
Yeah.
It's about this time of the morning that the fatigue starts kicking in. I don't know about you, Shazed, but I find this time around 9:30, 10 o'clock, that's when you start feeling the kind of the 4:15 wake up.
Yep, absolutely, you're right.
And then the rest of the day is not too bad. But it's about now.
Yeah, but hopefully these luck can make me happy, so I don't feel that bad.
Absolutely. But that rain break came at a good time yesterday. I was ready for a nap around 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then obviously they didn't come back out, so it was good for my sleep pattern if nothing else.
Yeah, I get what you mean. 67 for him.
I don't mind actually seeing the ball spinning right now because that means going into the game and more deeper into the game, that spin is really coming to action.
So if you're South Africa, do you do anything different given that you're 1-0 down and it's the final test when you bat, or do you just take it as a normal test match and just bat and see what you can get? You don't need to be over-attacking, do you? I don't think this is a pitch in which I don't think it's very easy to over-attack on this pitch.
Yeah, I think for now, at least for the today and maybe up to just play normal cricket. But yeah, at some point, if they're behind the 8th ball or the 9th ball, shall we say, they would have to do something. They'll have to attack a bit more than they have to. But that's for us to put them into that position where they need to do that.
That was a lovely shot from Fahim. Just on the up, and he just kind of played it down on the kind of like almost like an on.
But for now, I mean, like there's loads of time in this game, isn't there? Absolutely loads of time.
Shazad, that's a lovely background you've got there.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Finally shifted to my live TV.
Yeah, good man.
I can see the shot now. It was a proper batsman shot. You know, this shot, it looks easy to the eye, but it's not easy to play. Keep it straight down the ground. It's a proper batsman shot. Like Fahim is on 71 and he's improved massively.
His middled percentage is going up.
89%. Wow.
It's gone from 88 to 89%, that's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if they've done that for other players and what other players' stats would be, but it really looks very impressive anyway.
Yeah, I don't know where this. To be honest with you, I'm shocked. Like the way I'm seeing him back today. Like obviously he's had moments in the past where he's made the 40s, the 30s and stuff. But the way he's batted today, I've never ever seen him bat. I think I've mentioned it about twice now. But
yeah,
I'm just shocked to see him bat like this. To be fair, I don't want to jinx him, but he's batting so good right now.
Yeah, I've always seen him playing in T20s, just slopping, getting out, but not this.
Oh my days, almost jinxed it. Oh.
So he hasn't got a bat sponsor.
He tried to flick that away on the leg side, and it almost seemed like he played it a bit early. Adil's just had Adil. I will. I'm not much of a tea drinker, actually, funnily enough. So I don't know if that's going to make the tiredness go away. But we're here till 10:30, aren't we? Which is tea time, essentially.
We are, yeah.
I think Tapal to you do the job, Doc.
A fake glass of a cup of Tapal tea, yeah.
So, what time do you start work, Doc?
No, I booked yesterday and today off a while ago. It's actually my wife's birthday today.
Happy birthday to her.
Yeah, it's fine. She's gone to work, but I'm. I thought, as a mark of respect, I would take the day off and watch Black Stani.
Oh, I love it.
Interesting comment from Debris. Debris, you might need to just fill us in on what's happening because I've got the England score up, but I don't know. Obviously, we're not kind of quite au fait with what's going on here. So, what's that? Should on-field umpires give bowling sides
a reason? No, they should not be giving them a reason.
We are trying to break every South African fielder's fingers here. That's another one. That's Bavuma this time.
I thought you caught that there, but he's hitting.
Oh, it's broken?
No, it looks fine. What was that the man who couldn't on the pitch? What was it for him?
I didn't get a look because they're both left-handers.
Yeah.
It was Noman.
Yeah. Bit of aggression.
No mania. LBW appeal just now with DRS in the game. Should on-field umpires give bowling sides a reason for why they didn't give a decision because this may influence the team's decision to review or not? No, and I guess from my point of view, it would be no because for that reason, because it's a bit of an unfair advantage, isn't it? If you're saying to a team, I've given that not out because he's hit it, or because he hasn't hit it, and as a team, actually, you know what, that is absolutely not the case, then it might influence your decision to review. So I don't think they should give a reason, Debris. I don't know if you agree or disagree or what the others think.
Yeah, I agree. To be fair, like I think it'll make it more complicated as well. You know what I mean? Like you only have about 15 seconds to review it, asking the umpire, then deciding as a team. Just makes it a bit more long. But I think it's a fair point, though. It's a fair point. Like sometimes it does kind of, especially in Test cricket, you know, when like say edge goes where the batsman comes forward to defend, and a silly point catches, and you don't know if he's hit the bat or not. And if the umpire gives a not out, and then it gives a reason why you know it hit the bat or it didn't hit the bat, it'll make a big influence in the team's decision to review it. But
I guess the thing that would annoy me right now, okay, is that if South Africa had a leg before appeal against one of our players and they were absolutely convinced that it was going to hit the stumps, right? But none of them knew that the batsman's actually hit the ball, okay? It would annoy me if the umpire said to the South African players, no, he's hit that. Because I want South Africa to waste a review. And I don't think they should get the unfair advantage of the umpire telling them, guys, don't go for it. He's hit it. It almost feels like you're kind of colluding with the bowling team, or of course the other way around. So that would be the only thing that slightly annoys me about that. So I think umpires probably just keep quiet. Shazad, do you reckon as well, or what were your thoughts?
I agree more with you, Doc. Like this will give advantage to the batting team, like the bowling team. If they appeal and if umpire is giving them hints, I think they need to make their own decisions. If they're that sure that this is going to be out, then I would like them to waste the review. I think back in the days when DRS was not introduced, umpires did used to give away like hints, like it's going leg side. They used to make gestures. They still do it. Like if the bowler is really insisting, why, they might say it's going that side. But yeah, they're not very explicit what exactly has happened. But no, I would stick to teams taking their own decision, taking that risk. If they're that sure, then go for it. If not, just stay in the game.
Mulder to Fahim, 256 for 8. Fahim on 71 off 136, and the man yet to score off his 10 balls. So we're talking about DRS, and obviously as we've mentioned before, maybe it might be a little bit older than maybe both of you, but certainly yourself, Shazab. Obviously, I remember a time when there wasn't any DRS at all. It was just umpire's decision, and that was it. No, I think I even remember the time before the third umpire, where even runouts were judged purely by eye. So we had the discussion the other day, didn't we, about VAR in football and how I hate VAR and I'd get rid of it. If someone said to you now we could completely get rid of DRS and we go back to the old school way, no snicko, no time wasting with reviews, no kind of you celebrate and then you think, oh no, they've reviewed it, and kind of those moments, would you go back to no DRS at all, Shazad?
You know, time before DRS reminds me of one test match where Kumble took 10 wickets. So I think I welcomed the introduction of DRS. If it was there, probably he wouldn't have taken those 10 wickets. So I think it's a welcome change, at least if someone is making a mistake and you had doubts in the mind, you can have that checked. If like not in these days, not many umpires we could say they are biased or anything, but back in the days there were problems with that. I think the reason being the introduction of DRS to make technology better and to make the game more fair, basically for both sides. So I would probably stick with DRS introduction. I think it's a welcome change.
Be interesting to know what anyone in the comments wants to say about DRS, yes or no, whether you like it and whether you think it's improved cricket or whether you'd like to go back to a much simpler time. Shazad, just before I come to you, I was going to say to yourself, Shazad, do you think that, what about as a fan though, as your fan experience? You know, we've all been there. I'm guessing we've all been there. Pakistan desperately need a wicket. We get a wicket, umpire gives it out, and then within 30 seconds, your celebration's gone completely. Or actually, maybe you don't celebrate as much as you would have anyway because you think, oh no, they might review it. Don't you think it's kind of altered your fan experience of watching a game?
It's a brilliant comment. Like while you're stating that comment, it's all kind of going in my head like a movie. Yes, it's exactly right. You've said, like as a fan experience, when it was LBW, the finger goes up and you just explode, isn't it? As that moment you get excited. But now you're sitting down and you're still in a dilemma that whether it will be out or not, whether it will be reviewed. as a fan experience. But on the other hand, if you're on the receiving end, like if your player, if your is getting out, then obviously you would wish for a DRS in place, so that we should be able to review it,
Yes,
But if you're on the other end, then you're getting a wicket, you'll be more excited. So it kind of goes both ways.
DRS and
player,
and no DRS and back that ball, basically.
If you think about the emotions, if your batsman, if a Pakistani batsman is getting out, and if he's getting LBW, the finger is going up, you'll be sad, isn't it? You'll be
yeah.
So that experience of those bad moments have kind of lowered as well with DRS.
Yeah,
it's kind of goes both ways.
Yeah.
Especially in the stadiums, because you can't really tell. When the umpire gives it out, then you just start celebrating, going crazy and whatnot. And if you watch it from home, you can normally tell, like, it's close. It could be out, it could not be out.
You just reminded me, we were at a game, the Oval Test, 2016, day one. So there's me, Nav, and I think the Braze was supposed to go. The Braze got called into work the night before, so he couldn't make it. So like, there's three of so these three tickets were together. The others were sitting separately. So we're like, okay, who's gonna take this ticket? We asked everyone, free ticket, guys. Who wants it? Riz, I want it. Fair enough. Meet us at the Oval. Ring him in the morning. I'm at work. We're like, okay, fair enough. So we're like, when you coming? I'll be there around lunch. So just as a lunch break finished, we just settle back. About an over in. Riz rings me. Oh, I'm outside the stadium. So I've gone, told the steward, passed him the ticket. The Riz is coming, and this whole story goes on to DRS. I think it was Stuart Broad got out. I can't remember who the bowler was now. He's given the LBW. Stuart Broad's reviewed it, and there's literally, we've all jumped up, and Stuart Broad's reviewed it. So me and Nav just sat down, and Riz is standing there going, yes, yes, yes. And like, he's got absolutely no clue about the DRS going on. and the bloke in front of him goes, excuse me, mate, it's a review. And Riz like, huh? And the embarrassment, the way he said it happened to be it was still out, but it was absolutely hilarious. Me and Nav were like, literally, we wanted to like hide under our seats because it was so embarrassing. We're like 3 Pakistani fans amongst hundreds of England fans, and we've got one of us absolutely looking like an absolute numpty.
So was that the day? I think I was there as well. Was that the day that Moeen only got his 100?
That's the one.
Yeah. I was with my nephews actually, my sister that day. It was quite a good, very exciting day of cricket actually, because I think we took all 10 wickets and lost one at the end. Whilst England got about 300 and something. It was kind of.
I think Sam Yeslam got out, didn't he?
Yeah. It was like 100-mile-an-hour cricket that day. It was good day.
Yeah, we got 10 wickets. We saw 100. It was a remarkable day's cricket.
I think a moment for us in DRS when we went crazy was when Yuvraj got out and Shadab bowled him in the Champions Trophy final.
Yeah.
I just remember just looking at the screen, and all I see is the 3 reds, and everyone just went crazy because I think then that's when the game was done. I think they were like 3-4 down.
Yes,
In like less than 60, I think it was around that mark, and that's when everyone knew, this game's coming home. And I remember just looking at the screen. As soon as it hit 3 reds, everyone just went crazy.
So a quiz for you guys. Who was the first player given out on DRS?
Can you give us a clue?
Was it an Indian? Didn't India hate it when they played Sri Lanka? I thought they were the first ones who had DRS.
I can't give you clues, can I? It was
it could be anyone.
I thought you guys will know because he is a Pakistani player.
Oh, he's a Pakistani player.
But Shazad, I think there have been different types of DRS. I'm not trying to avoid the question because I don't know the answer. I couldn't tell you which Pakistani it was, I have to be honest. But I thought there have been different types of DRS, and I thought that it was that India-Sri Lanka series in 2008 when kind of this version of DRS first came in. But Go tell us again then. Who was playing who? Pakistan were playing.
Let me do my research before I.
Yeah, he doesn't even know himself.
Yeah, you do your research.
Well, see, as you said, there were different types of DRS. I mean, they started with, just normal DRS, and they moved on to Snicko. They've had Hotspot. They've had the Mohali version. They've had.
If you know, then you know.
Yeah. Before you start coming at us with your questions. Morning, Billy. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for watching. Keep watching as long as you can. Always good to see you.
I got a question for you, before DRS was introduced here, you have watched more cricket than me. Was there a lot of decisions that were literally given out, but they were not out? Vice versa, was it happening a lot, or was it just now and then?
I think bad umpire. I mean, I don't have the stats. You speak to the ICC, and I think the ICC will say something like 91% or 92% accurate suddenly becomes 98% accurate with Walaikum Salam. 91% suddenly becomes 98% or something. I think there were loads of mistakes. I reckon most games there was at least one kind of LBW that was probably going down leg side. And I think the difficult thing what put umpires in a difficult situation was that there became a time where everyone in the stadium knew that it was not out because you had your big screen or people were on their devices. Everyone at home knew because technology became so much better, and Sky would have their Hawkeye and all that kind of stuff. And literally the only person in the stadium who looked like a bit of a muppet with the wrong decision was the umpire. And so I think that's why in the end DRS almost kind of had to come in. I just as someone who just loves to celebrate the fall of a wicket and who just wants kind of closure, I love the fact that once it was given out, it was given out, and that was it. And there was nothing you could do about it. And we've had our fair share of shockers over the years. We should have won a Test series in the West Indies in 2000, were it not for umpires getting big calls wrong. But hey, there you go.
So if I was to say to you, if Wasim Akram bowled in this era with a DRS, would you have taken more wickets or less?
More. I reckon more.
Because crazy, isn't it?
Umpires used to get the whole benefit of the doubt to the batsman. That's gone out of the window now with DRS.
It's crazy, man.
I mean, Shazib, you probably won't know, but there was a time even before DRS, so we're going back to the late 80s now, and basically you should have home umpires in Test matches, and that's something Imran Khan sort of opposed to, and he actually made sure that it got pushed through as for neutral umpires to come through, because when it was home umpires, you literally were. You're not getting any decisions, and that wasn't just us going abroad. I mean, I know there's a stat that Javed Mirdad was never given the LBW in Pakistan, so there's even our umpires would do it at home. So it was shocking though. But you go to an away tour, and you could pull off this historic win, and the umpires would just cost you, because I'm not saying that they were doing it on purpose. But there was a certain amount of, bias towards the whole team. They were like, you know what, it's a 50-50 shout. I'm not going to give my best batsman out. Thank you very much. Let's move on.
So just a quick question for you guys. This partnership has now been 6 off 33, okay? We're 8 wickets down. Where are we going here? What's the plan? And don't you think should we be trying to up the ante, or am I being a spoiled white ball cricket fan?
When how Fahim is playing, he's really settled. He's not gonna make any errors. Like middling 90% of the balls is a really good performance, really good achievement. With Noman Ali, he can hold the bat as well. So if they tee off, that would mean that they might lose their wicket in next 20-30 runs. They might hit a few sixes. If they go along at this pace, like Noman Ali has played 15 balls, making 1 run. So that means he is able to defend. So if they can keep defending and keep going on until the end of the session and don't lose any wickets, then you don't lose wickets. In the meantime, you will be ending up making some runs. So I wouldn't want them to tee off, just play it like as they are doing it now.
Okay.
Yeah, Numan does look solid. He looks like he's that type of talent that can hold the bat and just stay there. You know what I mean? So I think the way they're going right now is fine. You can't, 2 wickets left. If one goes right now, then it's the last wicket. So I think just let them carry on, frustrate South Africa a bit, and then hopefully they bowl a few loose balls which we can put away. So I say keep going with the way they're going.
I'm just wondering this DRS conversation. Where did it come from? Is there a background or is it just general?
No, I think
background from today.
De Beers was talking about the England-India game. I think there was an umpire's call in that game. So yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't like. I mean, there's a question as well. I think let's have a look. What are the thoughts on umpires' calls in DRS decisions? So I'm quite a generally probably just quite a black and white person. Okay, so I just want it to be out or not out and get on with it. I hate VAR in football. I don't like DRS in cricket. Just how cool does Babar Azam look with his sunglasses on?
He's taking them off. I've
come over all funny looking in that days. He, I don't like kind of this. I don't like umpires' call. I don't like the fact that it can be given. A ball that's hitting the stumps can be given out or not out based on what the umpire said. And so I think either you make the stumps a bit thinner on DRS so that you're not getting as many umpires' calls, or you just say there is no umpire's call. If it's hitting, it's hitting. And if the technology is not good enough to be accurate, then don't use it. But that's me. That's just someone who likes black and white stuff. Good shot.
Yes, the one.
Good shot. As Aves just said, do you think, guys, in the future time, there'll be like cricket where there'll be no on-field umpires and things will just be done by technology from upstairs? We're going that way, aren't we? It's a bit silly.
Okay.
In the sense that we're like the no balls are now from upstairs, run outs are from upstairs, the DRS is from upstairs, everything's coming from upstairs. But then, at what point do you stop? Because
what do you need the umpires for at the moment on the pitch?
Sorry,
what do you need the umpires for at the moment?
At the moment, to call over and just give their opinion to the guy upstairs to make his decision.
And to give a white ball.
And it helps the scoreboard guy because they give a 4 or a 6.
But even the wides, though, Shazad. I mean, I take your point. My question was a bit of a facetious one. Obviously, I know we probably do need them, but even the wides, don't you think there'll be a time with those guidelines that they have in one-day cricket? There'll probably be a time where even that becomes kind of digitalized, and anything that crosses that line on the, like you have Hawkeye or whatever, will just be given as a wide. Even that, I wouldn't surprise me if that would go upstairs.
I think there will always be on-field umpires regarding depends on what technology comes through regarding wides or whatever it is. On-field umpires always have to be there for anything really, like to keep the game fair, to make sure the teams are playing in the spirit of the game and stuff like that. So I think on-field umpires will always be there, but I do feel like technology will improve and there'll be other things in the future that we're not thinking of right now that might come into play. And
what I feel is that cricket fraternity, they want umpires on the field. They don't want to get rid of them. Like the point you were making, Akbar, that
they won't get rid of them.
That was DRS and the umpires call. They have been given that liberty because they want to keep the umpires involved. They want to keep them on the field, and that could be one of the reasons that otherwise, if you give technology 100% say, then what's the point of umpires standing there? So I think their input just to involve them in the game. Probably umpires call plays that part.
That's where the umpires call is coming in because it's trying to make him relevant.
Exactly.
So they're not making every decision wrong. But I don't agree. That's
Are we watching this for the umpires or something? I'm pretty sure we're watching this for the players and the fans.
That's the one thing I don't agree with is the umpire's call. How can, if I bowl 2 identical deliveries and the umpire gives it not out one time and out the second time, and the batsman reviews it, well, why am I getting 2 different results on an identical ball? So basically, I'm just working on the umpire's decision. it's not on the technology. So it should be out or not out. But yeah, I think it's one of them. Let's move on because I hate umpires.
Yeah, umpires are like a dory. You have to keep it. Heritage.
You know, it's one of those ones, yeah. If it goes for you, like say if it happens with us, umpire's call, we're celebrating it. When it comes against us, we're like, oh, we don't need it. This is, not right. So it's one of those ones, isn't it? What can you say about it?
No, I'm alright with I'm alright with DRS. I just don't like the umpire's call bit. I just think it is sort of it becomes basically vindicating a poor decision by an umpire. Sometimes it's basically saying, "Oh yeah, you made a poor decision, but the technology is going to agree with you because the umpire's call," and that I don't agree with.
Just be thankful it's not like a VAR. That much of a shambles that is. That's next level.
If it went to VAR level, yeah, I might actually stop watching cricket because it'll be absolutely shambolic. I mean, look at the football system of it. We're looking at elbows and armpits and God knows what now. It's ridiculous.
It's gone next level, hasn't it?
Just back to the question I raised earlier, who was the first person? I wasn't able to do a lot of search, but I don't know why I have that memory that Shoaib Malik was on the crease and he was trapped on the legs, and the decision went upstairs in a TV replay. Was that DRS or was it some other form of...
I mean, Shoaib Malik being given out is obviously such a frequent occurrence, so that really could have happened any time between about 1999 and 2018, Shazad. But I don't remember that, I have to say. No, that doesn't spring to mind. Single from Fahim, 261 for 8. I don't know.
They have spread the field, haven't they? They've spread the field to Fahim. And, I mean, to be honest, there's not a lot happening in terms of the ball moving around or spinning.
I've sent an article in the chat. This is the one I found. I think it does say
we'll have a look.
The first one trapped by replay.
And by the way, Debriz, thanks. I know Debriz has sent a message about clarifying what he was talking about. I'm really sorry, I got the wrong end of the stick. I thought he was talking about something maybe in the England game. Yes, I don't think the umpire should be gesturing to players and telling them kind of why they've given that decision, that it was going that it was outside the line or whatever. Yeah, no,
not for the first 15 seconds because it defeats the object of DRS.
Yeah. But
if they can't do it from behind, the coaches and the management behind, or the captain from behind, they can't gesture to them, so the umpire shouldn't be doing it either.
But don't forget, with DRS, these guys have been umpires for years and years and years. A lot of these guys started as umpires, long before DRS, so they are used to giving players a bit of a hint. It's like in football with the offsides. Linesmen and women are so used to putting the flag up straight away, and referees are so used to blowing their whistle quickly. Whereas now the new directive is wait till the attack finishes. But it's very difficult to tell someone to do their job very, very differently to how they've been doing it for years and years and years.
I think.
Yeah.
What's his name? Aleem Dar did it in the last test, and while we were basically, I can't remember who the batsman was, but Rabada was a bowler, and Rabada appealed, and Aleem Dar, it's natural, and it probably is a natural reaction. He just went like this, so he just showed that it's going down leg. Said no, he just went, I think it's going down leg. But again, he's gone. Is he gone?
Oh, no, it's not.
No, it's off the hip or something.
Thank God.
It looked a bit loopy. It looked like it hit the bat, but clearly not.
No, he's not gone.
Thank God.
No, they didn't. The bowler's going back.
But it indeed.
If more than 50% of the ball is hitting the stump, it should be out. Otherwise, not out. There should be no umpire's call. That's exactly it. That's exactly what. That's the only thing I've got a problem with.
Let's have a look. Oh no, just straight off the hip.
Yeah.
Guys, get into your comments as well. Oh, dropped him!
That was a really difficult catch.
Guys,
come on, be careful around there, man.
How much runs do Pakistan need? Let's see what people think. I mean, at the moment, we should have been 261 for 9.
Let's have a look. Oh, he's kind of I mean, that's difficult at short
He's
leg.
actually
Isn't it?
middled it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Actually middled it.
We can't stop hitting their fingers, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many fingers have we broken in this series so
Yeah, I
far?
know, right?
Oh, but then he would have taken that. Just saying.
Yeah. Thanks.
Guys,
for
you know what? I've
You
got
know-
this,
Go on,
I've
go
got
on,
this
go on.
Virgin TV, and I'm still like 10 seconds behind. So you guys are shouting, I'm waiting. Okay, what's gonna happen now?
Oh, really? What are you watching through? Are you watching via a Skybox or a Virgin box or something else?
Virgin Box. Virgin Box also has a Sky Sports.
Yeah.
So I've taken that, but it's also 10 seconds behind
Oh, that's odd.
on the TV.
Oh, that's odd. Don't worry. We will try not to react, but I don't think we can make any choices.
I need to switch my provider. You all got Sky, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
And
So
so there's no problem, Akbar. I was just making it clear that I wasn't watching India. Good job, because I was just going to ask, I mean, like, how dare you while we're playing?
I reckon De Bruyne has got England, India on his big TV in the lounge. He's maybe watching the Pakistan game on his phone, something like that.
Mhm.
Speaking of which, England, I've got England 163 for 2.
Going well.
Which
What
is
are
a
they doing
good,
well? What's up?
good
I haven't
start.
seen any of it. I mean, one, how is the coverage from Channel 4? And number two, how is the how's the pitch playing? No clue, because I haven't watched a single ball of it.
Go on, Doc. You take it. You've seen it before.
Yeah, so I mean the Channel 4 coverage
Ooh.
the Channel 4 coverage looks a bit weird because they've got Alistair Cook and the presenter Rishi Prasad in what looks like a small caravan or shed sitting on a sofa each. So that doesn't look particularly impressive. The pitch, I've got no idea. Obviously, I've been watching every ball of this, but just on very looking at brief, quick info reports, it seemed like a pitch that was going to hold for 2 or 3 days and then start turning a lot. So first innings runs are probably going to be quite important for England.
I just checked it. I mean, they're playing 3 spinners.
Who are India? No, right, there you go. Oh, Naman.
Oh my word! Oh my word!
Now go along the floor.
You know what? That went along the floor, yeah, and the cameras were showing up.
Yeah, it was going up.
But yeah, it's they're playing 3. I think they've got a guy called Nadeem.
Yes.
And they've got Ashwin, and they've got the guy with the most greatest name in the world, yeah, Washington Sundar. I mean, like, what was his parents thinking of? I don't know.
That was a good shot. I don't know where that came from. Naman in his 3 off 28 showed absolutely no signs of coming down the track, and then in true Misbah style, block, and then decided just to go nuts for a ball for no reason. But that was good.
I think he needs to be a little bit more careful because we are 8 down. We need to trail towards 300.
Yeah, like the Oasis comment,
We're not going to get there.
is a bit far.
We're not going to get there, Shazad. We're not going to get there by blocking away either, because as a tail ender, he'll eventually have a ball written on his, with his name on there. So, and he's already had it.
He's middling well. Like
he's already had that. He's already had one chance, so he could be already in the pavilion.
There was I'm just scared a little. There was a spinner on the end. If it spun too much past his pad, goes to the keeper stump. So don't want that.
Oh, that's Linda, isn't it? So he hasn't come back out.
He bowled earlier though. He bowled earlier.
Did he?
Yeah. And Shazad, I agree. I don't think that the risk to take for a tail ender is to come down the track. Because I think even seasoned batsmen find that quite difficult. If he wants to stay in his crease and slog sweep or, with the spin or something, then maybe. But to come down the track, I agree. I'm not sure that's Naman's game, but I could be wrong.
266. Come on, 300 mark we need.
Is there an option to put comments in the chat, like in the fans chat?
Say that again?
How do we put comments in the chat on the right?
I think you're gonna have to do it on your own.
You have to do it from YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
You have to put it in YouTube. I mean, I can type from here, but you won't be able to.
I've sent that link to the article where Shoaib was judged the first person to be out on TV replay. I'll send the link if you can send it there. I'll probably take a leave from you guys. I got to start my work. But it was lovely.
There we are, Shazad. As your per your orders, there we go.
Well done. Thank you.
I don't know why it's telling me I'm restream when I'm Stani Army, but you know, everything has its own course.
Right, guys. I'll take a leave. Good luck to Pakistan. I wish they make 300 or more. We'll be in a good position. Ball will be spinning in the next probably 2 days, so that'll be advantage to us. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Shazad, before you go, I've got one thing to say to you.
Yes.
Abid!
Because he's in the 11, I will make the same shout. Like I'm shouting for him.
Ooh.
I thought we didn't argue about it, so let's just have it.
All right, guys,
you have a great day. Okay.
Take care, Shazad. See you later.
Bye.
Do we agree, by the way, that the pitch is playing so well that we need 350? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I'm a bit confused about this pitch because it started off turning yesterday, and then the odd ball has done quite a lot, like the ball that got Hassanelli. But in terms of the seamers, there's not a lot happening. So
be careful, man.
Let's see. I mean, you know, they say that never judge a pitch until both teams have played on it. I'm not sure their spinners have bowled well enough. And I think Linda getting injured is probably hampered him as well here. It could be. I'm going to be really interested to see how Noman and Yasser actually bowl on this. I think there's something in there for him.
So was that almost a run out there?
I think he would have been gone. I think
you could tell.
The camera
not the greatest.
Well.
No.
So there's a Hamza. I think Umar is in the comments there. Is a big fan of Hamza. Hamza and his Cocoa Pops. No Hamza today, unfortunately. He might be back later on in the Test match if we haven't already won this game by day 4.
What's the story behind Cocoa Pops?
Hamza likes to do the watch along and have a bowl of Cocoa Pops.
Oh, Hamza, yeah. You know what? I've actually been on a stream with Hamza, an evening stream, and Hamza is like eating Cocoa Pops. I think he's got this thing about Cocoa Pops.
He loves it. He loves mixing them up as well.
It was Shreddies yesterday, I think. But no Hamza today, unfortunately. You've got me and my water.
My TV's gone off. Oh no.
Have you been
on that thing
so long that it goes on the auto?
Yeah.
You know what? You can actually stop that by going onto settings. I've done my one now.
I need to do it still.
I YouTubed it the other day, like how to stop it, and I've stopped my one. It's annoying. You're watching cricket, you walk out the room, and it goes off.
Thanks.
You put it back on, it's a wicket gone.
Adil's been keeping us up to date with the England score all day, so it's really helpful. Adil, thanks a lot. 167 for 2. So again, good progress. I'll make it about 25 overs to go in the day for that one. So they'll finish an hour before we do. So we're supposed to finish today at 12:30. Well, the game in Pakistan is supposed to finish at 12:30. I think the England game will finish around 11:30 if they get all their overs in.
It's a quick question, Adil, if you're still watching us at the same time. I mean, how's it playing over there, pitch-wise? And obviously, we're all behind England. Firmly behind England.
Of course we are.
Well, I was going to say,
it's the only series I am behind England.
In keeping with events in India right now, I probably should just say that, I'm with both teams, and that let's just hope for unity between both teams. But I think I'd rather England win, actually.
No, win, thrash them. Because I'm sure for the final of the Test Championship, I think England have to win 3-0. I think is minimum.
Yes.
Yeah.
So De Vries is going for the defensive option here. Tailenders need to prioritise preserving their wicket. I take the point, De Vries. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you can either slog your way to 290 or block your way to 290. If you're going to get to 290 anyway, we'll just crack on and do it. But it could be wrong. You're right. Who knows? If these two could eke out another 20 or 30 and then start hitting big, we could get to 350. So yeah, could be right.
Yeah, Lynn's got his finger plastered. You reckon that affect his batting?
Could well be. Yeah, could well be. Got to feel a bit sorry for South Africa. They obviously came to this series thinking that spin was going to play a big part. I would say probably their best, or one of their best spinners, Shamsi gets injured on the morning of the first test. And going with two spinners in the next game, one of them gets his fingers smashed by our best batsman in his second or third over. It's a bit unlucky, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a thing to the people who are watching. I mean, if you're if you're basically on social media, follow us and just let us know that you were the one on the stream, and we'll probably follow you back as well. Just let us know, and we'll follow you back as well. We do appreciate you being here.
Keep the comments coming in. The more comments that come in, the more we can interact and we chat about any aspect of the game, of this game that we like or that you like. Sorry, and then obviously during lunch break, as we know, there's no rules. We talk about anything, no holds barred.
I need to be on one of these. I'm going to spend like 40 minutes talking about Man United. I don't care what anyone's asking.
Well, I don't know. So that's the thing. See, it's very much dictated to by what the comments are.
Don't worry.
We're talking about travel a lot today, I think, aren't we?
My bots will be ready.
Yeah.
Man United.
So we spoke about travel today, I think, quite a bit.
The key to happiness in life. Gotta be deep.
The key to happiness in life.
You know what? I did tune in, for about 5 minutes, and you lot guys were talking about tops, and I thought to myself, damn, if I was on right now, I'd probably be in trouble. I got about around 20.
Oh, good man! Wow.
And you know what the biggest gutting part is? I had I've got the 92 top now as well. I've got the original one. But I had an original one from back in the days. From back in 1992. It was actually not original. It was a fake one from 1992. But that was my prized possession, along with the original 99 one, and the 92 one was actually signed by Imran.
Wow!
And I was actually wearing it, dropping my dad to the airport back in '93. Or was it '92? And we actually bumped into Imran Khan at Heathrow. Wow. And my dad said, "Oh, there's Imran Khan there," and he was actually on the same flight as my dad. So we walked up to him, and I remember walking up to him as a 9-10-year-old, walking up to him, and I said to him, I gave him salam, and he said, "Walaikum salam," and he said, "What's your name?" And I said, "Imran," and he gave me a smile. And my little sister was with me, and she was only 3-4 years old at the time, and he sort of leant down virtually on his knees and asked her what her name is and everything. And then I had the top on, and he goes, "Do you have a pen?" I said, "No." And then he had a friend with him. He said, "Do you have a pen?" They said, "Yeah." So he actually signed my top, and it was a prized possession. But when we got married, I remember one time I got to my wife, "I had a top here. Where is it?" And she went, "Which one?" I got the Pakistan one. She went, "I put it in charity. You never wear it. It's too small."
Oh my God!
Because some say, "What have you done?"
Your wife gave away a signed 1992 original Pakistan. He's out.
Yeah.
Football to Noman.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the most gut-wrenching thing. That and the 99 top both went because I wasn't wearing
That's messed up, man.
So this is what I mean about, isn't this what we were saying about tailenders are going to have a ball that they're going to get out to?
Yeah. This was always going to happen. So that's why I was fine with him, having a go.
I'm sure Numan, Yasser, and Hassan have all made 8.
And they've all made 8 of about 29, 30 balls. So
you have.
We've just ended up going nowhere really. And Fahim, I can understand Fahim. I know his place is relatively secure in the team, but he probably it doesn't feel completely secure. I can understand Fahim looking for his 100, but the others, after a while, when you've been in 10, 15 balls, Just give it a whack.
Yeah, they have to now. He needs to get off strike. And
I
for
don't
him,
know how many balls are left in this over, but Shaheen
I
needs
think
to
about 3-4
somehow
balls
see the
still.
over out, and then Fahim needs to really just
No, that was
go
the
into.
first ball. I think that was the first ball of the over because the first ball there was a no ball.
Oh.
So just to confirm, then your wife gave away a 1992 original shirt signed by Imran Khan.
She had no clue what it was.
Wow.
When we got married, she had absolutely no clue about cricket. Now she actually, I won't say religiously watches it, but she watches it when it's on the TV, and she understands it. But that's taken years. But yeah, that was one of the worst things that she could have possibly done. She goes, "It was too small for you." I was like,
So what?
seriously? Because I had it when I was like 9 or 10 years old. That's why it was too small. But it was signed by. But I've made a alternative. I mean, not as great, but I've got Imran Khan's autobiography now signed by him.
Right, fair enough. Right, we got 5 balls left in this over. Shaheen on strike, 272 for 9. And this is a pretty attacking field now. A weird field, but an attacking field. Couple of short leg, short mid wicket, slip.
I mean, Shaheen can hold a bat. I mean, it's not like he can't hold a bat. So,
what do we think then? The approach is completely wrong. I think to an extent it's been not great. Just with the tail, I'm not having a massive go, but I just think it could have been a little bit better. And then Norkia, yeah, he has been excellent. It's 4 for 56.
I mean, we started the session off quite well.
Ooh,
we were playing positive cricket.
Is that
that's
out?
it. Yep, that's the innings. So 272 all out.
5 for Norkia.
That was his gloves.
Oh my days, man.
So that's 272 all out. Northia's got a 5-4. 556 he ends with. And for him, 78 not out at the end. And I think that South Africa will be very happy with.
Yeah, I think overnight when we were 145 for 3, I don't think anyone would have expected us to be out 272.
Yeah. I think it's a weird one, isn't it? If we go back to 23 for 3 and said we got 272, I think we would have said, you know what, we've actually fought back quite well. But where we were after that partnership last night, it's disappointing. But let's see. Our bowlers have to really they have to work really hard.
Yeah, I'm like I say, I'm a bit confused about this pitch. Obviously, I haven't had any of the commentary. There's obviously something in it for. I mean, it's obviously flying through if you bowl quick enough. The thing is, Norkia's been the quickest bowler on the show this whole series. He's been quicker than Shaheen and Hassan and Rabada. So you've really got to kind of bend your back.
How much do you think South Africa need? Because obviously they're going to be batting last, and they're gonna need at least a 50-run lead, if not more than that, in the first innings.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I've just switched it on to the other game for 3-4 minutes just to see how it's playing.
South Africa's aim, I think, will be to get to bat 2 days. If you bat 2 days, you get 500 essentially, don't you? I'm not saying that's realistic, but I think that will be their aim, and they really only want to bat once. And it's our job to obviously try and get in amongst the wickets and see what we can do. I think I'm quietly confident. I don't think we've got a huge score here, but I'm quietly confident about how we're going to bowl. I think we'll be all right.
It's funny not funny. It's weird seeing our last 3 batsmen at the 4 all getting 8 from like 30-yard balls, isn't it? It's the approach that was wrong.
Yeah, and I think one of them you don't mind. When the first one, when it happened with Hassan, you think, okay, fine, stick around. Then it happened with Yasser, you think, okay, it's not quite working. And then the man literally just plays the same kind of innings, apart from one shot where he comes down the track, and you think, well, where did we got 24 off? I don't know, about 18 overs there, something like that. Those 3 together. I don't know. Maybe not that many.
India have bowled what? India bowled 68 overs. today with 3 spinners. I think that's pretty slow going, considering the game when the game started from today. Time started.
Yeah. We've got Sibley. Sibley opened is on 64, and Roots come in at 4 and overtaken him.
Look how many balls he's faced, 216.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't mind. I mean, there's only there's 14 overs to go in the day. Sorry, the over rate's 14.1, which is pretty slow considering you're playing with 3 spinners. It's very slow.
So
just to see this over, I tuned in 3-4 minutes ago when I said I'm just tuning in, and that's the first ball that's been bowled since then. So that doesn't actually help the over rate. That's it.
So it'd be interesting to hear from the guys in the comments how we think, what should the strategy be? Should we just go with typical kind of test match strategy, fast bowlers from both ends, 3 slips, gully, etc., or do we need to do anything funky? Should we open with a spinner or get a spinner on soon? I
think.
What are we thinking?
I think first at least 6 to 8 overs, at least the first 6-3 on each end. Have your seamers on there. And then you see where you are, and then you can, if not, you evaluate yourself, and then you start making the changes. Yasser is not a bowler who's very keen on taking the new ball straight away anyhow. Noman, maybe, but I think it's worth using both seamers out, at least for a bit.
Well, the Prime Minister of Pakistan would open with Noman. I feel like Noman would be more comfortable with the new ball than Yasser Shah, to be honest. Just because he's kind of the angle of delivery as well. I feel like he's more likely to be kind of wicket to wicket, get an LBW, something like that. So, Sibley needs to be careful there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind. Again, Hassan Ali as a new ball bowler just does worry me a little bit. But as I say, this pitch is flying through. So if we can get his pace up, could cause a few problems.
We're gonna have to get him out around our same tall as ours, isn't it? Like, that's the target. To be fair, then look at how we go from there.
That's what the PM thinks as well. So, and then West, if we're south of 450, we're in trouble. 350 is a lead of 80. If you offer, okay, so here's a question then. If you were offered right now, Imi, if you were offered 350, that South Africa, we go bowl out for 350, a lead of 80, would you take that?
Ideally not, but I think it still keeps us in the game. It keeps us in the game, but we have to bat well, and our openers especially would have to make, they would have to bat well. That doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence.
Well, that's the point.
I think Abid's completely shot at the moment, and Imran Bud, from what I've seen so far, I'm not convinced his entity should be anywhere near this level.
Nah, I think Abid's gonna make 100-second innings and keep his place in the team. Much.
Well, you're not the only one who thinks he's going to make 100, because Bilal thinks that Hassan's going to get a fifer. That might happen. South Africa all out for 200. Yeah, that could happen. And Abid Ali to score 100 in the second innings. Yeah, that is less likely, I think. Although obviously we'd love to.
We'd love to hope. Yeah.
Of course, we want them all to do well. But there's nothing that we saw in the first innings, unfortunately. And I speak as an Abid fan. There's nothing that we saw in the first innings that would make you think that Abid's going to get anywhere near 100, even if you combine his next 5 innings. To be fair, it just looks woefully out of nick. You know, he couldn't even leave the ball properly, or was struggling to leave the ball properly, should I say?
I mean, why is it since the days of Saeed Anwar and Amir Sahel, I think Tawfiq Umar apart, we haven't found one even half decent opening batsman. I just can't understand why.
Well, a few of them have flickered for a while. Even someone like Ahmed Shahzad, for all his limitations and other things that people might not like him for. Again, he's shown flashes. Shan Masood got 150. I mean, let's be honest. It was only a few months ago that we're sitting here saying Shan's got 150 at Old Trafford. He's in the team. Kind of set and forget. We don't need to worry about Shan anymore. And here we are now, 6 games, 7 games later, and he's barely got a run since. So they show these little flickers, and then it all just it all dies out again. It's a real shame.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a point where we had Tawfiq Umar there, and he was doing pretty well. And if Salman Butt wasn't the that he really is, maybe we might have had a opening partnership that was probably half decent. They probably would have formed a decent opening partnership. I think them two, but it's weird. I mean, for a massive nation like what we are, we just haven't been able to get two consistent openers in around 20 odd years.
Why do you think that is? Is it just the quality of domestic cricket? Like, I know they've upped the game recently, well into the PCB for improving the domestic circuit with the limited overs and the red ball cricket side. But yeah, it's weird. It's been so long since I've seen a good opener for
It
us.
shouldn't be. I would have thought it shouldn't be too difficult to open in Pakistan. Like, I can understand why English openers might struggle, because you're going to get a ball that's doing a heck of a lot on a cold grey morning. But I know there have been times where our domestic pitches have been favouring bowlers a lot. I guess the other thing is that maybe the pitches have gone so far the other way that it's so easy to open in domestic cricket that when you get to international cricket, the step up is difficult. I don't know, and I guess if the guys at the PCB knew, they probably would have done something about it by now.
And it's a shame because of some of the middle order batsmen that we've produced: Yunus, Misbah, Inzi, Yusuf. If they actually had a platform like some of the other players get, the other teams with the opening batsmen, God knows what they might have achieved. Because essentially coming out, 30 for 3, on most occasions doesn't actually help the middle order batting.
No, of course not. Of course not. So I think it might be a little bit Yunus. There's a comment there from Bilal about questioning Yunus. It's difficult to know how accountable Yunus can be for something that he's probably only really just come into. You could say that Shan or Abid and
shot.
Oh, you're watching me?
Sweep.
I was wondering what the heck.
I was going to say I thought I was back.
Yeah.
Are we back?
Yeah.
Oh damn! Sorry. I completely lost.
It's difficult to know whether Shan and Abid have regressed under Yunus, or whether they're just flickering and they can kind of perform above their standard and they just regress back to what they've always been, kind of thing. I don't know. It's difficult to say.
Yeah, that's a difficult one still. You can't really blame Yunus Khan. If with any batting or bowling coaches, it's difficult unless it's clear and obvious that, look, they're affecting the players. I think with Shan and Abid, it's one of those ones where I know Abid when he first come in, he done a madness. Even in the one day, he scored 100. But since then, he hasn't really done anything. In England, he made the 20s and 30s. I think same in New Zealand. With Shan as well, he hasn't really cemented his place. After that 150, we all thought, yeah, he played well, but can he do this on a consistent basis? Not saying that he would make 150 every game, but can he, keep up the high scores on a consistent basis? But obviously that wasn't the case. So are they not good enough, or is it that Yunus Khan has, made them? What did you say? Made them regress? Yeah. It's a difficult one. You can't really say.
First ball. Come on, Shaheen. Come on, lads.
Ooh.
So the good thing about the one good thing about being bowled out when we were is that this is not a very nice session for South Africa. No one likes to bat for 30 minutes before a tea break, so hopefully we can get right into them.
Yep.
The thing about Yunus Khan comment that I would pick up is if a player needs so much work that a coach is going to actually take the deficiencies out, then they probably shouldn't be at this level anyhow. That should be taken out at domestic level. So I think at international level, the coach's job should be just more planning, fine-tuning according to the pitch and situations. It's more that. But that's a personal opinion. I mean, I find coaching, the impact of coaching at international level a bit overrated.
One for none. They've got their first run. Elgar just pushed Shaheen into the offside for a quick single. So yeah, 1 for none.
So say on the topic of coaching, right? For him, I said Mohammed Yusuf has been training him and trying to give him techniques and stuff. Like the way he batted today, like, I mean, it makes you think, the way he said Yusuf spoke to him. and he's come out and played this type of innings, like makes you think like, what impact has Muhammad Yusuf had, on him? So it's kind of a tough one, to be honest with you, judging coaching and players.
See that point, when they're away from the international squad, I can understand the coaching and everything that comes with it, and like advice that comes with it. Again, how much coaching would Yusuf done? I think it will be more fine tuning and really making him believe it in his head, that he's a better player than he's performing, and it elevates shit.
I can see.
Do you think Markham's going to be South Africa captain?
Possibly.
After this game?
I don't know.
I can hear something.
Interference coming through there.
It sounds like a drill.
It wasn't.
I think we're okay now. Well, it sounds like a phone vibrating on a
Yeah.
For whose? I've got nothing here.
What have you got here? I mean, it looks like you've got like an electric, have you got like a microchip here or something?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's my Bluetooth headset.
It flashes blue. I thought you'd been like someone's like inserted a microchip into it.
Oh yeah, it flashes blue because it's showing it's active.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, Shaheen, this is awful.
Oh, come on.
He's bowled
awful first over.
I can see what he's trying, but he's bowled a leg stump half volley and now short wide on the leg side as well. So that's not a good start. It's 9 for none already. So that's one tail ender they've already gone past.
Come on, man.
Not good at all.
Nines from 5 balls.
Right,
that grill just might be me like grumbling right now. I just realised that this one is right there, and my tummy just so you might have just heard me grumbling. They've got them both in.
Right. Did they get a single off that last ball? I don't think they did they? No. 9 for none after 1 over.
Terrible first over.
That wasn't the best, was it?
Nope.
But that's all right. There's plenty of time to pull it back.
Yep. Is Adverse a bit mad at this time of the day? Come on, Hassan. Improvement from last game.
So Hassan is going to start from the pavilion end.
I just want him to just bowl someone out and just do the celebration, man.
You know, he did it in the last game because you heard it, but you didn't. I didn't see it on the camera. But I thought he did it in the last game. But yeah, no, it's been far too long since we saw a proper international generator. I mean, there are domestic generators, but you got to see it on the international stage.
I hope he doesn't get injured by doing it as well.
Okay. Come on, Hassan.
Three steps, gully.
Bit of shape on that.
Yeah.
So, would you have him coming over the wicket or around the wicket?
Ooh, tough one. I guess the lefties is normally more effective around the wicket, isn't he? But I guess starting off, he probably will go over the wicket.
He got a bit of shape. He got a bit of shape there. So if we keep going this way for now, got a bit of shape coming back into him.
Oh, and again.
Yeah, which is his natural shape because it's taking it away from the right-hander.
Decent speed as well, 85 miles per hour. It's only his second ball. PM's been in touch again. Very busy man, but obviously got time to get in touch with us. So thanks, Imran. Thanks for your thanks to everyone, by the way, for your comments. The deal for the score. It's really good to get these score updates from the England game, and Imran with his and Bilal and everyone. We should get Norman on. Sorry, I've called him Norman too many times. Oh, that's a boundary.
Oh man,
leaking already, man.
Did how deliberate was that?
I don't mind that one though. I don't mind that one. If you're gonna take runs through between the third slip and gully. Well, you know what? Good luck to
No,
him.
but he's opened the face there. He's opened the face. I did that through gully.
Yeah,
Look.
but there's still an element of risk, isn't there?
Yes. Yeah.
You get that wrong, and so 13 for no wicket after 1.3.
So Imran,
they'll be happy with a T20 score that way.
34 already, yeah.
Oh,
it wasn't a great ball, but not the greatest shot either.
That's not very Elgar-like to go after a ball like that. I think of Elgar as usually quite a cautious player, but he really chased that one.
Amy, I don't know if you were listening before, yeah, but you know at the bottom it says SA. You kind of remind me of Stani on me, you know, on the left at the bottom.
Oh, right, yeah.
It doesn't it?
I quite like our graphics. I think they're pretty good.
I think they're brilliant.
I just look at the ones that the BCCI use here. I think they're a lot more harder to see because they're a lot more smaller. I think it's too much on their screen. Ideally, you want to see the score. You want to see the two batsmen and their score, and the bowlers bowling. I mean, anything that comes with it.
Have we got a special guest joining us?
We probably have because we got the big man. Right, Nav, you all right?
I'm all right. Unlike our batting and our bowling. You couldn't see South Africa playing as badly as they had done the last Test match, and yet again we've given the game away. You know, and it comes to
Mr. Optimism.
I'm not. It's a sense of realism. There's a next level of expectation around our cricket that's unfounded. I mean, as far back as I can remember, our openers have been walking wickets, and yet again, you know. Us have got a 0, you know. Our 3, 4, and 5 are having to come in far too early, far too often. We're always firefighting, aren't we? What did we get? 260, 270? I mean, I think that's 150 below par on this wicket.
No, I don't think it's that far below par enough.
I think about 350, 370 probably would have been like a very good score. Probably maybe between 80 to 100, yeah.
I mean, I know we've only seen 3 or 4 2 overs. What do you make of our bowling?
So far, not very good, but it's still early doors. So let's see how both of them. That was better. Let's see how they adjust after their first over. I mean, Hassan wasn't too bad there, but yeah, Shane was quite poor in his first over.
Nav, what did you make of the approach of the lower order batting with Fahim and Fahim batting with the lower order?
It's either way, he's going to be wrong. I mean, Naman's got 10 first-class half-centuries. Yasser Shah's obviously got this Test century.
Hey,
we've got to work that in. So he's tried his best. He's tried to farm as much of the strike as possible.
Is that the right length he's bowling, man?
He's not bowling the right length or the right line, and this is exactly how the first innings of the first Test started. I don't know why it takes so long to.
Akbar, the thing is, he's very, very young, and he's not. You know, I get slaughtered every time I say Wahab should play. Why should Wahab play? What's he ever done? There's someone who's got a little bit of a head on him, who's played, 30, 40 Test matches, just to give him advice. Who's going to give our fast bowlers any advice now? Because we've got no one there that's got any real experience.
Yeah, but now if you can't play with 10 players and a counsellor, I mean...
Well, Wahab is still a good bowler.
He's still got to work hard. His bowling coach. He should be doing something with him, but that's come down to coaching at the end of the day. And
it comes down to muscle memory. You revert to what you know when you have to put it into effect. And you could coach and coach and coach, but instinct always takes over, doesn't it? Under pressure.
Exactly. Wasim's talking about the ball right now.
We shouldn't be the ones. We shouldn't be the
He's
ones.
going to talk about how his wrist is not locking now, and how he had a word with him this morning, and he explained things out to him.
That's a bit better.
Just look at Shane's record at the moment. 43 wickets so far in 21 innings, averaging 34. Hasn't been the greatest start in his Test career, has it?
I feel like in recent times as well, especially
because considering he's been to Australia, I think he's been to South Africa as well. I'm not sure. I know he's been to England. I know he's been to Australia, and I know he's been to New Zealand.
Anywhere else in the world, he would have come in as first change bowler and be gradually, exposed. But we've suddenly made him our spearhead. Right, it's down to you. And that is a problem. He he's too young, too much pressure to put on him to be the spearhead, the wicket taker.
Do you think winning the first Test has changed the intent with which we are playing in this Test, i.e., the mindset we only need to draw it? Doc?
No, I mean, I was thinking this. I was thinking, would we fall into the trap of doing it? Because I think it is a trap. I don't think you should ever do that, really. Not from day one, anyway. I don't think we have. I just wonder if the approach from the tail was just a little bit, don't want to get in trouble with management. I think we all heard that clip from New Zealand where Naseem Shah was saying, well, we better take a single or management will kind of have a go at us or whatever. So I hope they're not in that kind of mindset where they're scared of getting out or scared of not making the runs, because no one ever performs well if that's the case. So I don't think I don't think that's relevant just yet. It might become more relevant in the second innings if we're up against it and we know that a draw is good enough.
Wasn't the tone set by the fact that we lost 3 early wickets? There was I saw some stat that we'd not had 100 opening partnership in God knows how many Test matches, and then we've had 8 below 10 in the last 10 Test matches, something silly like that. That we very rarely get off to a good start. You can't be positive if you don't get off to a good start.
I mean, you see the other game that's happening right now, and obviously I haven't, as I said, we didn't watch a lot of it. I mean, I'll switch on for 2 overs just now. You see that Dom Sibley's batted the whole day. He hasn't got a lot of runs, but he's batted the whole day. He's seen now. We've seen a lot of balls, and these are conditions that I don't think he's played in before. If I'm not mistaken, and where our players are used to these conditions, they should be put in a bigger fight.
I mean, it's a quality of bowlers, and the thing is, Misbah, when he was playing, used to get criticised for playing slowly, but time and time again he would come in with us at 43 for 4 or 31 for 3, wouldn't he? And what's changed? Our openers are always gone very early, and our middle order then struggles because it's got to do the job of the middle order, and they can't play with the freedom it might well otherwise play with because we haven't built a base. No one's ever built a house without decent foundations, have they?
Yeah. So we've got 15 minutes to T-shirt, Zib. This is probably an ideal time to get your length right, attack, because South Africa are not going to be looking to take any risks. Not right now. Not with a new ball. 15 minutes to go to tea. The openers are, they want to see it out to tea right now, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. And we haven't bowled well as well. Like, again, the lengths have not been there. We're making them feel comfortable, which is not good because they'll come at tea time feeling confident as well. So they need to get there. Well, how long? We've got 15 minutes. Try and see again. That's quite wide, but we got away with that. Maybe bring on the spinner when there's like 5-10 minutes left as well. Bring on Yasser for a couple of overs.
And I was going to say, for time immemorial, if you had 20 minutes or 25 minutes against a batting team, you have 2 fast bowlers on, so you got 3 overs each, go for it, or 4 overs each, and really go for it. Have a little blow and come back afterwards. It was always seen as a very tricky little spell.
Yeah.
18 off 3.5 overs. we've sort of basically released all the pressure on them, giving them a good cycle of the ball. And what are the options? Either you bring on Fahim or you bring on Yasser Shah.
Yeah, Yasser Shah, I think, personally. Let's get him on. They struggled against him last innings, didn't they? So
I would be tempted to get Norman on for a couple of overs now on Shaheen's end. Just
But
before,
the worrying thing is, we're saying, well, the fast bowlers don't look any good. We haven't got any other options. There are, people going to come up with Darvish is 36 or something because they can.
See again, look at that on his pads.
Where are our fast bowling options? If God forbid tomorrow Fridley has an injury or something, where's the next fast bowler coming from?
I know that's the question that everybody asks. It's just in recent times as well. Fast bowling in Test cricket we've been lacking, haven't we?
Have you guys noticed something?
What?
It was the show's quite chirpy, yeah. Nav's just coming proper doom and gloom us off right now. We're in depression. We're in depression right now.
I've watched Pakistan for a long time, my friend. A long time.
We were just coping just well enough.
I think we expected just a bit better, didn't we? I mean, I don't think we talk about unrealistic expectations, but I don't think it's unrealistic to expect a bit of pressure with a new ball against a visiting team when you've got 270 on the board and you've got half an hour till tea. That's not us being spoiled Pakistan fans. That's just expecting just the basics.
What
earlier, Walaikum Salam, Umar. I'm just trying to think. Just going back to the opening partnership. When did we last get 100 partnership? He mentioned 2018. Against Australia, that could be right, but I'm not sure about after
Who were the batsmen then?
Oh god,
could be Azhar, maybe, I don't know.
And Sean.
Could be. Forget that. When's the last time we made a 50 opening partnership? That's what I want to know.
And what I will say is, watch the highlights of Babra's innings, and with that, the classiest Pakistan batsman, Zahir Abbas, Muhammad Yusuf. Babur, but if Babur carries on, he will be the best Pakistani player of all time, batsman-wise, because Muhammad Yusuf wasn't a good fielder, wasn't a good runner, and Babur seems to be a little bit more athletic than him.
Talking about Wasim Akram's left arm seam test.
Yeah.
Imam and Hafiz, that was
Hafiz. That's a bit surprising, isn't it?
Getting back in the team then.
I think the way it opens again, I don't think Imam's very far from getting a recall.
Yeah, I agree. He has to come into the equation sooner enough.
Where do we go next?
Zimbabwe.
Oh yeah.
Zimbabwe.
Really,
there's test matches that you think of Zimbabwe, Sri Lanka. They don't really fill you with, oh yeah, I really must watch that test match, do they?
I mean, there was a period between about 2008 and 2015 where I think we only played Sri Lanka. Like there was some kind of contract we had with the rest of world cricket where we were only allowed to play Sri Lanka home and away. Every year we were kind of touring them or vice versa. I see what you mean. The only thing I would say is that, you know what, at the moment it would be quite nice to play a team that we can beat quite easily. So I'm looking forward to those Zimbabwe. And
there was one thing worse than just playing Sri Lanka home and away.
What's that?
There was one thing worse than playing Sri Lanka home and away, and that was just knowing, every time we play them, Kumar Sangakkar is going to smash 100 against us.
Don't forget how.
It was, Headers going to run through us. It was just like every time we played, I was just like, how are we ever going to get Kumar Sangakkar out? Are we ever going to do it? I mean, I'm not sure on the exact stats yet, but I'm pretty sure his most successful record must be against us. We just could not work him out.
It's amazing if you look at Sri Lanka. There was a time they were totally barak up until about 96 when they won the World Cup. Then they had 3 or 4 good players, and they've been really good for about 20 years. And now they're a shambles again.
Adil, thanks for keeping us up to date. Joe Root's on 98 apparently. What a run of form Joe Root's in, by the way.
Away from home as well, so you got to pay homage.
And actually comes across as a really good bloke. Sometimes England teams are not particularly easy to like in terms of what you perceive to be the character of the team or the character of the captain or whatever. But actually, Joe Root seems like a really good bloke and a really nice bloke.
And you know what? He's fought back where a lot of people were doubting him. There was a lot of things about this Fab Four, and they were saying he's no longer in the Fab Four. In fact, he's not even the top 10 anymore. A lot of people were criticizing for it. And he's come back really well.
We didn't address this point, and we probably should have done just from Muslim about playing at 3 runs and over. I mean, that would be that's what was so perfect about yesterday's second session. We got we got about 90 runs, I think, for no wickets in about 30 overs. And obviously, I know the ball is a bit softer by that point, and it's probably not doing as much. But it was just proper normal Test match batting. And that's what's so lacking from the openers. I mean, the reason why they can't play at 3 runs and over is because there's very, very, very little strike rotation, and they they're not able to kind of hit boundaries, and then you end up going at 1.5 and over, and you end up just waiting to be bowled out or got out, sorry, by the bowlers. Yeah, so it's a bit of a problem. The only one I'd give a bit of a pass to is I think Azhar got out yesterday quite cheaply, but I think Azhar's all right. I think he's overall in decent form.
Yeah, and I think today's first session, I think we batted at just about 1.5 runs and over, if I remember right.
Ooh, that's better, isn't it, Hassan?
Around the wicket.
Keep it there, around the wicket, yeah.
So, we batted at 1.5 runs and over today in the first session, and we lost 4 wickets as well. The approach completely changed from where it was the night before. Excellent. Just got the shape away from him as well. And that adds a bit of doubt.
Yeah.
Big booming in swinger this time.
Mm-hmm. Do you not think in that Test cricket, seamers is a concern in terms of how you've got Shaheen as a young bowler? We've just brought back Hassan Ali. We're yet to see, the typical Hassan Ali. For him, obviously, he's an all-rounder. But the bowlers that are waiting, for the chance of a higher trophy, don't know if he's going to be good at Test. Tabish is 36. Is it a sign already for me? I think it is, because it's just uncertain.
Oh! Where is this?
In the slip.
Why is there such a big gap? Why is this a big gap?
I don't understand. That does not make sense at all. Why is it?
Where's the second slip gone?
You can't have Yasser covering 1 and 3. I'm sorry, I know Hassan's not bowled well. You've got to set your field accordingly. But it's still over number 6, and there's 5 minutes before tea. Babar, come on. I don't know if that's Babar's thinking or Hassan's, but there's no point putting him on now. But they'll put him in now.
That's basics, though, man. That's my 5th over, no second slip. See the gap?
And it still haven't. And now Yasser has gone really wide as a first slip.
I don't get this. I don't know if this has come from the coaching. This is Barber's idea. It doesn't make sense with slip fielders. The hell, man.
And the thing is, for as bad as we bowled, if you get 1 out in this half an hour, it would do wonders for the team. They would go into the tea break with a spring in their step, knowing we've got 1. And especially with someone like Elgar, because of all of their batsmen in the top 6, Elgar and probably Duplessis are the 2 that can stick around for a long time. Oh, how is that?
Is that? Yes! Come on! Yes! We needed that, man. We needed that. Come on, man.
Has he reviewed it?
Straight away.
Is he walking? I need to see if he's walking or not.
He's walking.
No, he's walking.
He's walking to his partner. He's walking past him.
Credit to Hassan Ali for coming back, good man.
Yes. And that's the line. 4th stump. 4th. To be fair, he didn't need to play this. Let's have a look.
Must be a thin edge.
Yeah, very thin edge.
Yeah, he looked straight back though, didn't he? That's the giveaway.
There's the celebration I wanted.
There we go.
There we go. You made the point as well. Should you go around the wicket? Looks like you should have.
There you go. See.
Come on, we'll take it.
Needed that.
100% with the way we bowled.
that slip thing hasn't cost us that badly in the end.
No, well,
Yeah.
But again, that was another example why you should have your proper slips in commercial, because it's taking the edge. A thicker edge, again, it might have gone through slips, and there's a massive gap there. There's a massive gap between Rizwan and Yasser as well.
well, it's like we said. Imran has grudgingly congratulated Tucker for his. Yeah.
Do you think it's got anything to do with the PSL?
No, this could be, couldn't it? Yeah.
He's a Zulmi fan, isn't he?
Yes.
Or is he? Or then again, he might be we might be getting the wrong Imran here. And he might be the Prime Minister.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not comfortable with Yasser's first slip, I don't know about you guys.
I think Imran Butt is a traditional first slipper.
Yeah, no, I don't know why he's not there.
Where is he? So Van der Dusen played quite well in the last game, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, to be fair. Come on, 3 minutes. How many balls has he got
Good
left?
cricketer, but he's someone who's come through very late in his career. I mean, he's 31 now.
So we got, this is the last, if they crack on and hurry up, this is the last ball of the over. We should be able to get another one.
Yeah, should be. 100%.
Right, now we have gone normal slips, 3 slips in.
Yes! Personally!
Well,
That's the guy we know.
Yes!
That is a Hassan we know. Come on, man.
Come on!
Last ball.
That is a Hassan we know.
Skiddy, wicket to wicket, bowled him.
I love it. Beauty.
Kept a bit low, probably did, but he shouldn't.
Oh, yes. Listen. Come on, man.
But, I mean, again, that's just one of them. If you could bowl that off stump line, if it keeps low, well, you've got a chance, haven't you?
Haven't we got another time for another over? It's only 28 past.
Come on, man.
They've walked off.
That's it. South Africa have declared at 28 for 2.
Oh, we needed that so badly. We were bowling so bad.
Do 2 minutes, yeah. I'm pretty sure another batsman can come out right now.
I'm not sure if there's a ruling that if you lose 2 in and over, you have to. I don't know.
I blame Nav for the bad bowling. Since he went.
As soon as Nav's gone.
I know, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to let our viewers just know about Nav. I mean, Nav's there. Nav's turned into a ghost. Nav!
Yeah!
Oh, get
Okay, Salah. A door guy. I'm not even downstairs.
He's got a door. He didn't even know door. 2 in 2 balls. He's on a hat trick. It's tea.
I went downstairs. My son's had a problem with the computer. I've run up. He was taking 2 wickets.
Yeah, man. They should have bowled another over though, man. It's still 10:29.
So does anything sum up Pakistan cricket better than, and just general?
Put that job right now.
And 1 minute down, 1 minute up. That's Pakistan cricket.
It just sums it up, doesn't it? 15 minutes ago, we're all saying pie chucker, bowling rubbish, and we've got no bowlers in the country, and this is the end of Pakistan.
Yeah, check this out. 10:28. We had pie chucker, and then 10:28 we had. That's more like it. You know what? That's our cricket.
I think we should do the 3rd session.
I might be able to cover some of it. I'm up for it. I know some of you must be really tired.
I think I've been up since 4:10.
Some of you are really tired right now. I might be able to cover some of it.
I'm probably gonna head off from here, guys. Shazeb, you doing the same? I think possibly.
Yeah, same. Been up since 4:10 as well, man. One of those ones.
Yeah, so I leave you in the hands of Imi and Nav. You might want to have a bit of a chat for a while. For those of you who are joining us in the morning tomorrow, there'll be a few of us around. So please join us at probably 4:45 again.
And I've just got a notification that Root's got his 100.
Oh, good man.
Hey, I hate to say this. Come on, England.
Yeah. So anyone who comes on the stream tomorrow morning, just get your comments in because we'll interact, we'll have a chat, and we'll have our 40-minute lunch fun.
Before you go, I've just got a notification, and you know what? Sometimes it feels so good that it's not just Pakistan that make fatal errors. Like we do something so stupid. I've just got a notification that says Ajax record signing Sebastian Haller ineligible for Europa League due to admin error. They actually forgot to register him.
Yeah,
They like record signing. They forgot to register him. It feels good, yeah. That just Pakistan don't make stupid errors like that.
There are nincompoops everywhere. Clearly.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Pakistan versus South Africa. It's a battle of the captains with a monogram. Because both Barbara and Quinton Cock just got one eyebrow, haven't they? Between them?
That's the razor sharp analysis people are tuning in for. Cheers, guys. Right. Assalamualaikum. See you tomorrow, guys.
Alaikum salam. See you later, man. Take care.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Well,
Just me and you, then, me.
for now, we'll see how we go. At least we'll do at least the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of the next session, and then we'll see where we are. Shazem's staying on for now. He's fighting on. Shazem, if you need a break, just go off while we're on tea, and then join us.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, after,
I mean, you can join us for when he gets his hat trick.
yeah. After tea, I should be back. I'm just gonna go eat a bit. Tea, how long is it? About 20, 30 minutes, isn't it? 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come back. I should be able to.
Isn't tea the evening?
Just slide yourself off, and then you don't need to go
Okay.
off the stream, and you just come back on again.
Okay, that's fine. I'll see you guys in a bit then, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice one.
Interesting. Very interesting. Let's check. Let's check what Crick Info is saying. How did the first wicket get taken? Bowled as well?
No, he got the first one caught behind. They actually he took an edge 2 balls earlier, and we had no second slip.
So
we had a first slip and a third slip, and it went straight through. And basically,
hang on. This is Crick Info. Crick Info. Round the wicket, Hassan finds an excellent line to Olga, draws him to play and miss. Just 2 slips in the court and station with a big gap between them. Can you guess what's going to happen?
Yeah, give me 1 second, Nav. I'll be right there. I'll be with you in a second. I should have more light now. I had the curtain still drawn since the morning, so that's better. So yeah,
they're showing highlights on Sky of Gary Balance. Oh no, Balance is out again. Let's have a look at Hassan Ali's test career. Test matches, 10 test matches, 33, 30.84. Not bad going, is it?
No, it's not. Anyone got any questions, just ask them now. Even if it's a random question, we'll get on with it.
You've got 10 minutes to ask Nav.
You've got 10 minutes to ask Nav. Starting from the 1965s and move on.
Oh, Root's got 100.
Yeah, we just said that. Yeah, Root's got 100.
Ravi the pie checker has only got 1 wicket. It's been chucking.
England actually on Sky now. They're actually showing South Africa versus England.
They always do, don't they? Let's have a look at the.
I wonder now what the problem between Sky and the BCCI must have been. I mean, like, it's such a weird one with Sky not showing it.
Considering Sky have got a cricket channel and they need to fill it up, I think it's someone else who's got the rights. They didn't want to give to Sky because Sky have got their own thing, Star in India, isn't it? I think it's the opposite. People in India have got the rights. They don't want to give their competition the rights, do they?
Yeah. Hamza just said England are going to win it. Yeah, I'm putting Viz's money on it. He's not putting his own money on there.
It's one of the most frightening things in the world. That someone as useless as Ishant Sharma has played.
Here we go. We got a question. Nav, tell us some funny stories about when you met some players, both Pakistan and others. What's that one there? Hello? I think I've just lost Nav there. Now I can see Nav's gun and nothing else. So I'm going to take Nav away for a second until his stream gets sorted out. I think it's frozen somewhere. Yeah, I've lost Nav, so I'm by myself. There's another question here. Root scored 100 in his 100 test today. Are the two Pakistanis? They are. Can you name them? Oh, Yunus Khan and Inzi. I think the other one's Inzi. I mean, there's not a lot of Pakistanis that played 100 tests. Oh, no. Wasim Akram, didn't he? Wasim got it against Zimbabwe. Wasn't that his 100th test? Eddie Roger, let me know. I think. So I'm going with Yunus Khan and Wasim Akram. I'm pretty sure it's Wasim against Zimbabwe. He got like 200. I'm pretty sure it wasn't that his 100th test. No idea. No idea who the second one is. I mean, how many players have played 100 tests for us? Not many. Inzi and Miyagard. Oh, so it wasn't Yunus. I don't know why. I had a feeling that Yunus got one of these 100th game bump. Again, I haven't got a brain for a fish. I mean, I don't remember anything. So yeah, now I'm by myself all of a sudden again. But yeah, I've got people watching, so that's absolutely fine. And hopefully we'll have the lads back. Nav's walked off now. I think something happened to his stream. He's back. Yeah, or we could just see your gun for a second, for a little while. All we could see was your gun.
Yeah, there's a big gun. No, I had to get what I was saying is, it's how the standard of cricket has fallen. That Ishant Sharma has played 97 Test matches. 97 Test matches. Isn't that frightening?
I mean, you've never done it for.
Sorry.
Yeah, Nav, you take this one. Who would you have wanted to watch live from all the cricketers? You've watched most people live, so is there anyone that you've missed?
I missed Zahir Abbas. I only saw him on TV. Michael Holding. I've obviously seen him on TV, but I never got to see him in the flesh. But I think Michael Holding in his prime in the flesh, to see the West Indians, that team. There was a thing on Crick Info, and they like choosing teams, team of the century, the world's best team, and they had the 1948 Australians versus the 2002 Australian, something like that, and I had a couple of Indian teams, 2008 India team or something, playing in this kind of imaginary final of the greatest cricket teams on earth, right? And I just stood there and thought, this is all absolutely rubbish, because the best team in the world was that West Indian team with the 4 fast bowlers. Didn't need a spinner. They had Greenwich, Haynes, Richards, Lloyds, another, Jeff Dujon, I think it was Gomes. They had Dujon, and they had Logie afterwards. And then they had a spinner of some description or another bowler. And then they had sort of Garner, Marshall, Holding, Walsh, and then later Ambrose. They had 5, 6, 7, 8 fast bowlers at some stage. All were world class. And, you know, they were the team I would like to have seen.
Mm-hmm. There any funny stories about any players that you met?
You see, a lot of people get very excited about meeting players and superstars, and it's a Pakistani trait. Oh, Boz van der Stara, and they sort of fawn upon them and throw themselves at their feet. There's a very famous photograph of someone doing that to Afridi. I don't know if you've seen the photograph. And Afridi putting a funny face, and we make them out to be something they're not. In the end, they're just human beings, just like us, and they play cricket, and they've got a skill at that. And so sometimes I think we're very guilty of treating them as, why do people want someone's autograph? What good is someone's autograph? What does that actually give you? Or you go, hello, Mr. Afridi, or hello, Mr. Khan, or hello, whoever it is. They're just normal human beings, and So do I want to meet them? Not particularly, because they've got no interest in me as a person, have they? They don't. We raise them onto a pedestal, and we make them think that there's something special, and that shows in their behaviour sometimes. A few of our cricketers, Umar Akmal being one of them, it was like that. He got into the team and thought he was a superstar. And once you become a superstar, you think, well, I don't actually have to do anything. And we have this kind of hero worship out of control in Pakistan, in my opinion. And I don't know whether you agree with that. We do raise them onto a pedestal, and we treat them in such a. It's almost embarrassing to watch the way the Pakistanis, when they play well, we throw garlands of roses at them, and when they do badly, we want to burn their house down, and we want to abuse their mothers, their fathers, their sisters, etc.
It's a two-way street, though, isn't it? The players some players, they're distant because they know the abuse they will get from the fans as well. Yeah, so they're always on that distant end. But yeah, Nav, the Brez is asking. I heard you have a history of pitch invasions. Have them days gone now?
What videos?
That you've got a history of pitch invasions.
Oh yeah.
Are those days gone?
Oh, those days are long gone. I think the best pitch invasion was a game 2001. My first daughter had just been born. She was in hospital, and I'd bought this ticket. The only thing I could get to the game was a corporate ticket, so I had the older breakfast and lunch and this. And it was a game where Andy Caddick bowls a no ball. So basically bowls a beamer at Inzamam. Inzamam loses it. Bowls him another beamer. Inzamam ducks, and it's a slower ball, and he gets bowled. We get 242. We have them, England, 30 for 3 or something stupid, and then Trescothick. It's quite a famous game. Trescothick and Awis Shah. This is a family show. I can't tell you what they were singing at Shah. 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 We know where you live. We eventually get shot.
I'm going to leave them dots to you.
Yeah.
I think Ali was just saying the stream's a bit blurry. You know what? If it's me, it's the camera on the laptop. My other laptop, the kids are doing homeschooling, so I can't use it. And if I use my phone, I can't use the admin rights of your comments and everything. So I have to either decide on a good camera quality, or either decide on using the thing. I've got someone, Shazad, just saying hi. Amy, nice to see you, love buddy. You know what? Shazad was just on the just tweeted saying that he's missing me, saying Chal Nikal on Twitter. I'm busy here, so I just switched on just now for 2 seconds on Twitter. I haven't opened Twitter all day, so that's that. Oh yeah, I think there was a question 2 seconds ago asking what favorite game we've been to. Mine was a Champions Trophy final. I don't care what anyone says. And I think Nav, we lost your sound. Nav, I think I've lost your sound. But I think you've lost my sound as well. But yeah, it's just Champions Trophy final. Regardless of whatever anyone says, it's. I've been to other occasions. I've even been to the 09 final. I've been to loads of other games, but Champions Trophy final. Just the occasion, the team we were playing, everything else. It's definitely. It is definitely that. Hulkistan, thanks for being the first answer. So, Nav, any funny stories about when you met any players? No, he's got no funny stories. Nav doesn't do funny. Nav, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can everyone else hear me right now? Just anyone let me know in the comments because Nav can't hear me. Nav, can you speak? Ball. Karani, ball. Nav probably think I'm talking about food. Guy like that. Besides the Nav, he's probably just thinking about food right now. So yeah, Hassan's on a hat trick. Well, in the next over. Yeah, Nav, can you hear me?
Can anyone hear me?
I can now hear you. Can you hear me? You can't hear me. Yeah, the stream seems to be fine, but I think Nav can't hear me. Tuti lala. Tuti. Nav can't hear me, Chazim, so just going to put a tuti on.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Nav can't hear me.
Okay, probably a few problems. What's going on?
Yeah, all good. We're just about to restart. Nav, can you hear me now? Nav, tuti lala.
Looks like Shaheen's carrying on.
Can you hear me? If I go like this, food. Let me go back to the comments. So everyone's saying, Amy, Rahil, Walaikum Salam.
Walaikum Salam.
Yeah, everything's loud and clear. So let's go back to the game now. So we're at the stage 27 for 1 was it?
Imi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I can't hear you. I'm going to leave and come back.
I can't. Oh, I think that's
Shaheen now, or 20, yeah. We are 27 for 1 now. So for 2. It was 26 for 2.
I can't wait to look at the live back. The 2 and 2.
Yeah, they just showed it. Just showed it a little bit. Hopefully, Nav can hear us now.
For some reason, I can't see myself. I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on.
Nav, come from another device. Well, we can't hear you to say that. Because Hulk or someone, could you just message Nav on his phone and just say, like, come on another device, or just completely switch off and come back on? Can you hear us now? Can you hear me now?
Don't think so.
Oh, they're just showing the wickets again now. There we are.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was some angle, wasn't it?
I know, yeah. I've never seen that before. Come on, boys.
Someone just saying Nav's doing his sub guitar.
It's not working. I can't. I can see him on the show, but I can't see you guys. I can't hear you guys.
I think you need another. I don't. You can't hear me. I think he needs another device.
I was just gonna show him like mobile checker,
like a laptop or something, maybe. Now.
It's just Nav's. It's the old age. It's getting
This session's until 12:30, isn't it?
Well, I don't think I'm gonna last the whole session.
Because, yeah. We'll do however long.
I've actually got a builder in my house, so any second, you're gonna hear the tuck as well start. So I'm going to do maybe the next 15 minutes or so, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's calm.
And then I might need to be moving around the house doing other stuff while I'm watching the game.
Sure.
Shane has so far not shown enough control with the ball, which is a shame.
He's done a hat trick though, Hassan.
Yeah, Hassan's on a hat trick. I think Hassan, the turning point was as soon as he come around the wicket and he troubled Elgar from that side.
Yeah.
And then
as soon as
as soon as he done that, he troubled him, and then Van der Dusen, he come back just normal over the wicket, and again, like when the ball is new, and especially on these sort of pitches, as long as you get your length right and you get it, off stump or maybe just outside, you've always got a chance. And the ball just kept low, and he bowled him.
Yeah, that was a typical Hassan Ali wicket. You know what I mean? Missed all days.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I understand you can hear me. It was just Nav. But then I started doubting myself as well. Like, you know what? Maybe it's me. It's probably his old age getting to him.
Yeah, here we go. He's coming now. Hat-trick ball.
So hat-trick ball, and he's going to bowl to Markham, not Duplessis.
He's putting nice and fudgish. Yorker, man.
Nav, can you hear us now?
5-7.
No, Nav can't hear us.
Nah, you can't.
28 for the loss of 2.
Oh!
Don't know why.
Oh, he edged through, man. The gap they got, man.
It was actually Duplessis. I thought it was Markham facing.
Yeah,
Duplessis.
It was Markham, wasn't it? Oh.
No, Duplessis.
Oh, Duplessis.
The graphic was showing Markham. He's got the edge, but it's softer hands, and
I can't hear anyone.
It's gone along the ground. It's fine.
Cool. See you later. It's all gone.
I don't know what's happened to Nav's one there. We can just about hear him. He's whispering, yes, so the stream can't hear him, but everyone can hear him. So that's that. There's just 2 of us. I mean, we'll go for another 3-4 overs.
Yeah, that's all right.
Call it a day. I can just imagine, we'll go 3-4 overs. We've got another 2 more wickets. We're like, let's give it another 3-4 overs.
Let's ball them out today.
Let's ball them out while we're at it. So, guys, keep the comments coming, and we can answer them as we're going along. But we're the game's actually gripping right now, so it's I'm actually paying more attention towards the game. Hasn't actually pulled out. You can see the way he's running in there.
These no balls are gonna cost us watch in the near future. You know, how they call them. You get a wicket, and then it's gonna be a no ball probably.
Well, that is the thing now, isn't it? With the upstairs here, you can get more no balls than ever before.
Exactly.
Something I don't understand. I know it gives you a little bit more, like the ball get to the batsman that fraction quicker. I just don't understand why coaches, players, anyone else just doesn't ask bowlers, you know what? You're going to end up bowling no balls here. Pull your run up back, 3 inches.
100%.
Yeah, just pull it back 3 inches. I mean, how much are you going to lose out of that? I just don't get it.
Come on, Hassan, a third one. A wide one.
First ever game you went to watch, both of you. Mine was 1992 Lord's Test match.
Did you win?
That's a long time ago. Yeah, and Vaseem Avakar won us the game. I was there, and it'll be hard for you to believe that they won us the game with the bat. We were 8 down, chasing not much, 100 and something, 130 yard, but we were like 8 yard for 8, and they won the game with the bat.
Was that on a day 5? Was it?
Stretching it. I think it was day 4 or maybe a day 5. I think it was day 4.
Day 4. Okay. How,
I think it was the day before, but it was the weekend, and my dad took me to the game, so that was my first one. But back in 1992, a long time ago. Again, another no ball.
5 runs there, man.
Yeah. So you see, this is why I was just saying, pull your run up backs 3 inches. How much you gonna lose? But then he's been hit for a 4 and it's 5 runs. But it's even worse when you lose a wicket. You get a wicket out of this. That frustrates us. Look at the New Zealand tour. The whole match changed with Shane's bowling when he got the wicket off the no ball, and then all of a sudden the wheels just fell off.
Like it's a warning to you now. Like, look, you bowled 2 no balls. Step back a bit. You know what I mean? First game we went to was
first game of 96 Test at Lords.
Have you conceded so many runs?
I didn't actually go Lords. I did go to the Oval one in 96. I think say then we've got a big 100. But the day I went was the Saturday, and it literally, I think we got about 10 overs in the whole day. It absolutely rained, absolutely chucked it down all day.
The first game I went to was 2010 T20 Pakistan Australia at Edgbaston, Birmingham, where I live. It was 2 in 2 days. I think a lot of you will remember that. We won both games, 2 close games. And yeah, in 2010, that's when half of Edgbaston was knocked off.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever went to Birmingham. I actually stayed in Birmingham for the night as well, because it was 2 in 2 days, wasn't it?
Exactly. And the fact that the ground was half knocked down, the day was still so good. So many fans, the atmosphere was still so good. And that was my first game.
Sibley inching towards a century. He's on 85. Habib's asking, yes, lads, no work. I'm on furlough. I can't be working right now, so because of lockdown. I'm on furlough, so I'm sitting at home doing nothing. Normally, I would not be on this stream. I'll be at work. I work around, on a normal week, I work around 70 hours a week. Hard to believe, but yeah, I do around 70 hours
That's a lot of hours, bro.
Yeah, I do 12 hours a day, 6 days a week.
How do you make time for cricket normally then when you work? Just watch it at work?
I've got my own business.
Okay.
I've got my own business. So I've got my own shop. And the advantage of that is, when it's your own business, you can work yourself around it. So I can use my phone. And I've just got around a 30-inch TV with the box, everything installed, so I can actually watch the games while I'm going.
See, that's why things you need to do to watch Pakistan cricket, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Cricket, football, I need to do that. I mean, the only way I can stay sane at work as well, because I've got my own business, but I'll go mentally, I'll go crazy if I was just there 70 hours a week, and having I couldn't do all this as well.
Come on, Shaheen. Yeah, I agree. And yeah, Ali Gul was smashing that day. I remember when he bowled Hussey after what happened in 2009, and the whole ground went crazy then. Gul was on fire. The whole team was on fire that day, to be fair. Ajmal Afridi, you know what I mean? Ahmed as well bowled well. So that was a good day, man.
That period of Umar Gul, around that period, you know what? He was the best bowler in the world.
Yeah.
Easily the best bowler in the world in white ball cricket.
I remember in the same type of tour, we played England in 1 day and took like 6 wickets, 4 wickets. Class bowling, man.
Thing is, then we picked up 2, but in 8 overs they got 41. So they're going at 5 runs and over. That is a lot.
Time for a spinner, you reckon? Has to be, innit? What you want?
I think it might be time for the one on one end.
Yeah. Slow down the runs a bit. You know what I mean?
So that's that. And he's just come out a comment. I'm not going to say nothing. Not saying nothing. So yeah, this is going to be. I went to watch every game in 2019-20, paid 220 to an Indian fan for the final. Do you know what? You actually paid a lot of money for that final. I didn't have a ticket. Just a quick story on that one. I got up in the morning and I said I want to go to the game. So I told my dad, Dad, I want to go to the game, and he said, I thought he was going to say, so who's going to open the shop? Because even back then we had the shop, and so I said to him that. Number 4. But it wasn't this shop. We had a different one back then. We closed this one and we opened a new one, bigger shop after that. And I remember I thought to myself, Dad's going to say, so who's going to open the shop? But Dad went, yeah, no issues. But you haven't got a ticket. You're not going to get a ticket. And I said, take a chance. So I've gone down there with 2 others, and we've got there quite early. Looked around, asked around for tickets, quite expensive, and again, I don't endorse touting or buying from touts, but a World T20 final, you want to get in. In the end, we found a Sikh uncle, and we asked him, and he said to us, I think he said to us, £320 for all 3. It was really cheap. So we took him off him, and we went in and watched the game. And I remember on the way back, we went to local to me because I live in East London. So not exactly near my house, but not exactly far. There's an Asian high street where all Asian kapre and sweets and foods, everything's Asian. So we thought we'll stop by there at the end. So we stopped by there, and by then one of my mates had on my top, behind my top, with a marker, he had it all written there. Come back from Lords, got my ticket of an Indian. So I was walking around with that on. The looks I was getting.
Wow, that's crazy, man. But the main thing is you got in. Like, you never gave up.
Yeah,
like,
we got in. Yeah, we
that's
got
what
in.
I'm saying. I'm getting ticket.
And it wasn't too bad. 320, for 3 wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, that's all right. The final. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for the final wasn't bad at all. And this was quite early on, so maybe the ticket prices did go higher as the game sort of carried on closer.
How was the ticketing procedure then? Like, you know how now obviously it's through online and
it's so much different. There's more,
it's so much different.
So much more different. Phone lines and queuing up and etc. etc. It's so much harder. And somehow the Indians still seem to get all the tickets. So
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But yeah, it was. I mean, again, no, I don't even know. I didn't even apply for the final back then. But yeah, in the end, it was like, yeah, we need to be in that. We need to be there.
Oh,
happens to be, I was actually sat in the same stand as Mr. Pakistan.
Okay.
And this is before he was in the Mr. Pakistan outfit.
Yeah.
We were in the same. It's just afterwards when we were speaking once when we got to know each other, and we were speaking. We were in the same stand, probably about 20 seats apart from each other. 30 seats apart, because I remember seeing him and I went, so that was you? Because he wasn't in his get-up then. He's in his normal clothes. I go, that was you? And he went, yeah. I went, look over there. And like the same screenshot, you can see me sitting there. We're like 20 seats away from each other. We had absolutely no clue who each other was back then.
That's crazy, man. When you think about it. Earlier, your comment you made at 220 each. Where did you get your tickets from? Was it same as Imi, where you went to the ground, you picked them up, or were you like? Because
these ones were quite early. Our ones were quite early. Maybe the guy just panicked, thinking that he wants to just get rid of them, and he thought, you know what? Because I think they were £75, £80 per face value, and you got 320 for them. So he probably thought, like, I'm making 60, 70 quid. Let me get it and walk out of there. So my ones were quite early. The Brez thinks it's got to be Noman. Yasser's too expensive. You won't help the run rate. Yeah, I would go with that. I mean, 48 for 2 after 9.3, so it's still 5 runs and over. It's far too expensive at the moment. Far too expensive.
Come on, man.
No, I got them from Gumtree. The guy lived in Browning Road, Manor Park. Wow.
Well, is that local to Loads? Is it Browning Road, Manor Park?
No.
Oh no, it's not.
Do you know how? Do you know where Manor Park is?
To be honest, no. I'm not a London guy.
No. I'm actually sitting in Manor Park right now. I live in Manor Park. You know where Browning Road is?
Oh wow.
Right next to my one.
Wow, close to you.
I'm literally like 2 minutes walk away from Browning Road right now.
That's crazy.
I'm from East London. I'm literally like 2 minutes away from there right now. It's weird. Weird road to come up here out of all roads right now. I'm literally like 2 minutes away from there.
So you know when you go to Oval or Lords, do you take your car there? Like how do you take?
Mostly train.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that when we went to Champions Trophy final, me and Hulk were actually on Browning Road because Hulk come to my house, parked the car outside my road, and I said to him like, "No, we'll go by train." He goes, "Yeah, fine." And we were from my house. We walked, and we were actually on Browning Road, walking up to the train station, and a car pulled up, a white Mercedes convertible pulls up here, middle of the road. Boys, you going to the game? Yes. Look at him. Don't. No clue who this guy is. And he went to us. Jump in. We look at it thinking, who? What? And like we look at his car, and the front is a white convertible Merc, and the front Pakistan flag, all tinted at Pakistan right now. We're like, okay, this guy, you're going to the game? He said, yeah. We go, well, that basically we still got to pick up Nav because we had Nav going with us as well. And Nav was like, I think he's in a hotel halfway between us and the Oval. He goes, don't worry, we'll pick up Nav. He goes, we'll pick up your mate. There's no issues. Give me the address. We'll pick him up on the way. So we jumped in with him. We picked up Nav and we went to the game with him. We came back I think we come back by cab. We were too gassed to sit in a train on the way back. So we got a cab on the way back.
Was it just one guy in the car?
Yeah, just one guy. He basically said, that he had 2 tickets. He bought them pre-hand. He had them pre-hand, and one was his son's. But he goes, I woke him up this morning, and I said to him that we're leaving by this time. And he goes, I woke him up, and he's taking too long to get ready. So I said to him, you catch a train, I'm going.
Oh,
so he basically left his son, and we got to the ground an hour and a half before the game started. So I'm pretty sure his son would have got ready in time for the game, but he said to him, "No, I'm not taking no risks."
Yeah, that was a really good day, man. Like, can't complain. You get me? Good day.
Yeah, train underground's the best way to travel to ground easily.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I normally catch a train or coach to London, is Victoria or Euston, and then I catch a train from there to wherever I'm going, over or Lords. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you got the underground service. They take you like literally outside the grounds. In most cases, Lords is one of the furthest one from a train station. Not far, not far either. But you got train stations around the corner from each other, so it makes it so much easier. And then you're not gonna go there and think, where am I gonna park now? Because London is so hard to park, especially if it's not a Sunday.
Yeah, London's a myth for parking, man. 100%.
I mean, you end up spending more on your parking than the train fare.
Yeah. 100%. What about when you come to Edgbaston? Parking is quite easy, isn't it? It's not. Well, I guess from our side of Birmingham, we probably find it a bit difficult, but for us, it's more like.
I can't remember the road's name now, but there's a road at the bottom end of the Oval. Of Edgbaston. And
right.
It goes straight down, and it comes to a round bend. Now I don't know what the road's name is, but I know where the road is. And all them roads are free. Were free. Were free last time we went there in 2019. And basically, it's so easy to find parking.
Yeah, there's a lot of side roads around Edgbaston. Like once you park, you probably walk about 10-15 minutes, but that's minor. You know what I mean? Is there any grounds that you haven't been to in the UK?
Yeah, there's a few.
There's a few, isn't it? I think.
Especially the smaller ones.
Yeah, like Bristol,
but
yeah.
I've been Bristol as well.
I've been
not seen a
Bristol.
ball. Yeah, never seen a ball being bowled though.
Oh yeah, I think same as the Sri Lanka game. Yeah, I know. You know that day, was so frustrating because the rain stopped. The sun was out. We thought, yes, we're getting a 10-over game or 12-over game, and then
I've
out of
never been
nowhere.
so annoyed. I was more annoyed with that than I was annoyed with the Trent Bridge game, West Indies. I was more annoyed with Bristol.
Yeah. Of course, like you made the journey all the way there, and then stop that. Oh, another boundary.
Guys, I'm gonna have to end the stream right here. I've got an urgent call.
Okay.
So inshallah, see you later. Allah Hafiz.
Take care, everyone.